That's OOMA.com/radio.
Where are you?
I'm here. I thought you thought I died, right?
No, never. God.
The punch flavors, but unlike any
I'm sorry, I just had
get
some
the
stuff.
crispy tenderness
some
of the chicken
spots.
and
Okay, no problem.
the pickles. Ta-da!
Oh, if anybody I know is going to outlast me, it's you.
Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you're gonna.
And I'm just 57. I'm a kid.
This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
A man suing 8 Aurora police officers for violating his civil rights in a traffic stop. Video shows Aurora officers stopped Preston Nunn III. It escalated into a violent arrest that resulted in injuries. Fox 31 legal analyst Chris Decker says that body camera video is important to the case.
We can argue about what we see. We can argue about what it means that we're seeing. But certain things simply can't be denied when you have a videotape.
The lawsuit also mentions a 2021 report from the Colorado Attorney General that found the Aurora Police Department had a pattern and practice of racially biased policing against black people and of using excessive force. Trail Ridge Road in Rocky Mountain National Park opened today. Park officials say the road has been cleared of snow, though ice could still form on the roadway due to runoff. It also offers some of the best views of the park as it climbs to more than 12,000 feet. A timed reservation system limiting entry to the park also went into effect today. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
A fairly calm drive throughout the Denver Metro with a couple incidents to speak of for the 9 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound. No complaints into and out of downtown. Heading east of downtown, I-70 westbound road construction continues between York and Washington with slow traffic back from Dahlia and Monaco. South of there, off Highway Martin Luther King Boulevard, a new crash with fuel spill at Quebec Street. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy at the moment. We are expecting some scattered thunderstorms later today. Another warm one with a high of 78 this afternoon. Overnight low of 51, tomorrow high 80. The current temperature in Denver 61 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. And right now, save 50% off any order during our Memorial Day sale. Blindster.com.
Listing your home with Frank Duran, the real estate man, gets proven results. A fast sale, more cash. And coming up June 1st, one day only, you get the benefit of Team Duran at RE/MAX Alliance for an unheard of low commission of just 3.9%, which includes a deep cleaning of your home with windows and carpet cleaning, expert staging, high-def photos, and a 3D virtual tour, not to mention a written performance guarantee. Just 3.9% commission. June 1st, iHeartRadio Access Day. Be on the lookout.
This is Steve Powers here with Polestar Denver. Let's bust some myths about electric cars. You may have heard that road trips are tough in an EV, but with Google integrated technology, Polestar has you covered. We'll do the work. Tell Google where you want to go, and it will meticulously plan your trip, including charging stops. Yeah, the car plans it for you. Inventory is available for delivery today. Polestar Denver, powered by Excel Energy, a McDonald family dealership. Visit us at 257 Fillmore Street in the heart of Cherry Creek North.
iHeart gives you access to the hottest music, events, and deals. But this Thursday, we're giving you access like never before. It's iHeartRadio Access Day, our 24-hour way of saying thank you for listening. Go to iHeartRadioAccessDay.com today.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, RE/MAX Alliance. Proven results with every listing. Deep house cleaning with windows, expert staging, stunning photos, virtual tours, all for a low commission, 3.9%. iHeartRadio Access Day and Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Today's Car Day. Welcome to the show for Car Day. We have Kevin Kalkin, Sheridan Auto Tech with us, Vic Kimmer Transmission,
And we have a bunch of things going on this hour brought to you by Water Pros for safe drinking water, wonderful drinking water, and softening and conditioning and everything. Listen, you can get everything you need for under $5,000 at your house for most houses, and that is an incredible price. I mean, some places just for conditioning charge over $10,000. That's waterpros.net or paulthewaterman.com. And let's go to the phones. What do you say? Let's do that. We're going to start with Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Yeah, hey, Tom. I just sent a photo of my problem to help@troubleshooter.com.
Yeah, we got it.
I have, so if you see that giant rust spot that's starting to crack like a hard-boiled egg, I don't want to deal with repainting or redoing the hood on this old car, but I'd like to arrest that problem. Is there a way to...
First of all, how old is this car?
It's 2007.
A 2007. Where'd you buy it?
I got it from a auto broker many years ago. It's a 2007 Lexus GX 470.
Pictures in your inbox, Tom.
Right. And what I want the other guys to look at it too. I don't know why you're getting rust. I mean, rust is rare in Colorado. Is it the sodium? What do they call that stuff?
Rust is getting more and more common with the salt brine that they put down and the mag chloride.
Mag chloride is what I meant.
Yeah, it's actually very, very common.
So is there, first of all, guys, how do you get rid of, that looks bad. That does not just look like a surface thing to me. That looks like that's got to be done by a body shop.
Right. And I've gotten that opinion as well. I'm just looking for a way to keep it from spreading because I don't want to spend the money.
Well, first and foremost, let's talk about it. Are there any signs anywhere else?
Not really. I don't think it's a mag chloride kind of deal.
I don't think it is either. This is not from the outside in. This is from the inside out. Something happened either in manufacturing or something got in there. Guys, look at that picture. It doesn't look like roads.
No,
I texted it, Kevin.
That's definitely something got underneath that paint.
Something definitely in the manufacturing process. This is a 2017. Did you buy it new?
No, I'm sorry, 2007, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's not terrible, but it shouldn't be happening. What I would do, you need to figure out what's going on. What panel is this, sir?
That's on the hood.
Okay, well, that's good. They can look underneath it. That could be heat. Yeah. That could be, listen, that could be anything. You need a good body shop to evaluate it. Man, I can't think of anyone better, than Michaels. Michaels, listen, he will tell you why and where it started. He will. Genius.
Right. But what I'm trying to do is figure out if I can just stop it from spreading.
Well, that's what he'll tell you. I swear to God, he'll know that. He's going to look underneath. He's going to probe that, and they might recommend the whole hood be painted and stripped.
Right. That's what I don't want to spend the money on.
Well, yeah, but man, okay, they can spot treat it, but it's always going to show on the hood with silver paint over time. Is this silver blue?
Yeah, kind of metallic blue.
Metallic. Guys, you can't match that. I mean, you can try. You can get close. But listen, in the sun, you're going to notice it. Do you mind?
No, I just want to keep it from spreading.
Okay, they can do that. I would go to Michael's Auto Body in Castle Rock. Listen, I know people say, oh, Castle Rock, but for major repairs, it's worth the drive for stuff like this. When I say major repairs, I'm not talking in cost. I'm talking major repairs, meaning the damn thing is going to, it's going to cost you money. So I don't mean a lot to fix that, but it's going to cost you money in the long run if you do not take care of it.
Right. Yeah. I think it might have been a piece of hail, like a hail impact or something that got away from me and I didn't notice it or something. I mean, it could be from underneath, like you say, but I don't know. It
is. Oh, okay. It could have been a ding that something got into and then erupted from below. Yes, it could be.
Okay, so I just need to go to Michael's and have him check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's going to spread. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, short of grinding it down to the metal yourself and just, shaker can spray paint it, there's not much you
could always do stuff yourself. Sure. But he will evaluate the hood for you. He'll look. They just know things like this. Like I said, if this is a junker, is this a clunker car basically?
Oh no, I love this car. I mean, it's a GX 470. It's an awesome car. I don't want to spend a lot of money on cosmetics.
How many miles do you have on it?
Like 140.
Wow.
But it's a great ride, man. You know, these things.
It's not going to cost that much to do the hood. What are you talking about budget-wise? What would you consider too much?
Oh, I don't know, like $500. I don't want. I was hoping there'd be like an epoxy or a coat or something I could.
Well, they can do any of that. If you tell them all I want to do is stop it, they can do any of that. But what they're going to do is they're going to look at it and they're going to see. And if they say to you, yeah, we can fix it, bro, but it's going to show up here, 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 and here, then you need to get more done. So that's all I'm saying. Now, let's go to Kevin. Kevin, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, Kevin?
Taking my call.
Yeah, man.
I got a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee. The motor's blown. I've been working on it in the driveway. Hail came down 2 weeks ago, totaled out the car. So insurance will give me $10,000 for it, which is a sweet deal. But I'm wondering, do I need to get this thing, if they haul it away and they find the heads in the back seat, you know, and the motor's been worked on, is that going to nix
Now listen,
my,
let me ask you something,
anyway?
man. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You have this fully insured then for hail damage.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a $2,000 deductible, like you always say.
Okay, well,
But,
listen.
yeah.
If you had it insured, then you need to get paid. And what I would do is slap it back together. That's what I would do. I don't know, guys, what they would say about it. I don't think there's a condition on that if you have it insured. If you're working on a car and you have it insured in your yard, it's still covered.
Yeah, I think as long as all the parts are there, you're not stealing parts off it or not giving them other parts. They got nothing to say.
Right. But I would still put it back together. I wouldn't spend a lot of time doing it, but I would assemble it.
Okay.
Let's ask our insurance guys to make sure.
You know what? That's a good point. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Compass Insurance
Brian's
Group.
my guy, so I mean, I'm with them.
Okay, let's ask them. Let's ask them. They'll be truthful and won't get you into trouble. 303-713-8255. We got a lot coming up. And let's talk about this holiday and driving and all of that. Here's what I say about people, especially when they go to the airport today. You're a moron. Why are people traveling on the busiest travel? I don't know. I resist times like this, but you can't help it. It's going to be miserable. And with heat and all of that, do you know heat's harder on a car, guys? You tell me that. You tell me heat's harder on a car than cold. Isn't that right, guys?
No two ways about it. Yeah, thermal management is
If they're
huge.
going to the mountains or they're doing drives, what are the main vulnerability points?
Well, I mean, obviously you want to make sure all those fluids are up to spec, and that includes, you know, whether if your antifreeze is old, you actually really do want to get that, you know, flushed out and get new put in there. It will actually start to develop an electrolytic charge.
And what about
over
hoses?
Time. Hoses, you want to make sure that there's no bubbles in them, that aren't drying out. Check your hose clamps.
Belts.
Belts, it's the same
bit of
thing.
it,
Rubber is going to crack and start to break away on you.
All right, let's go to Michael. He has a comment on rust. Michael, what's happening?
Yeah, Tom, good to talk to you
Yes,
again.
ma'am.
I had an experience with rust at one time. It was on an old 51 Plymouth. It was from Alabama. It was relatively clean, and there was one little rust spot on the rocker panel, and I got talking to a body guy, and he said, oh, just get you a grinder or a cordless drill and put a rough sandpaper on it, rough it up, and get some Extend. It's called Extend. It comes in aerosol or brush on, I think. And you put that on there, and it turns that rust or whatever the problem is, it turns it black. And it provides a polymer coating over the rust spot, so you could sand it and paint it or whatever you
Well,
need.
we have
Put a
something
decal on it.
Yeah. We have something in aviation. They're anti-corrosive sprays, and they really, really, really work. But I wasn't sure if he was saying he wants to get it fixed or if he just wants to stop it. I agree with you. Once you grind it down, then you spray this anti-corrosive, and then you paint it. It'll stop it dead in its tracks. But what if another spot in another area is there? What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying if you could get it under control, you know, go under the hood and on top of the hood and give it a shot. I mean, the Extends, it's like, $11 or something. I bought it, it was quite a while ago, but I'm just saying I know they still sell it.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a polymer.
Yeah.
that causes a chemical reaction and gives you a new surface to work with.
Thank you. Hey, guys, on the line, stay on the line. I'm Tom Martino, and we have a lot to talk about today, and we have more coming up. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Don't forget free market valuations of your home. He'll tell you what it's worth, and he knows based on what he sells more than most others for faster, and he will let you know what you're going to net. It's free of charge. It's a complete analysis. 303-920-1622.
That was awesome.
Okay, what do we got coming up, guys?
Oh, did I not write?
Right. Just tell me.
Harris Law 30, American Restoration 60. And look, she's typing it. Look, done.
I did it.
For this, you did. Oh, time. She's much faster typist.
No, I was there
Even
first.
deeper discounts with Scratch and
I had Amrest there. She just did it over.
So sorry.
Perfect way to kick off summer at the Aqua Spa's tent sale. Going on now through Memorial Day at the Denver Premium Outlets. 10
I'm gonna
a.m.
have
to
to buy
8
myself
p.m.
pizza.
Aqua Spa. Aqua Spa. Aqua Spa. Aqua Spa.
Harris Family Law is a family law practice with many attorneys. And why do you want many attorneys? When it comes to family law, you do, because you want one to specialize in your conditions or your issues, your concerns, and they have them all. They even have one that specializes in appeals if you're not happy with a decision from a lower court. Listen, whatever you need, harrisfamilylaw.com. Get an early neutral assessment. It's a small charge and takes away big headaches. They go through the entire divorce from a neutral standpoint, what you can expect. Now, harrisfamilylaw.com. 303-515-5000. Okay, we got a lot of people calling about excessive rains and water damage. We also had people with sewer backups. We also have people that call all the time discovering mold, mildew. They discover asbestos. You need a restoration company. Don't go to just anyone. American Restoration 24/7 is the company I personally recommend to friends and family, the one I would use. I'll tell you why. They have the EPA certifications, training, and know-how, and all of the professional associations they need to get the job done right. And don't let your insurance company do the choosing. You choose the right company up front because they only pay once and they won't come back and pay again. If you get the wrong company, you're stuck with a mess. American Restoration 24/7 can be reached at 8337-AM-REST. That's 8337-AM-REST or online, amrest247.com.
Very nice.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I don't think North Face is going to go near as far.
People at North Faces are already.
Oh, exactly, 100%. You know, I mean,
kind of like Boulder.
I'm buying stuff from Cabela's.
God bless
Sitka,
America.
So on and so forth. I'm not buying North Face crap to go hunting and fishing.
We're going to get Compass on.
No, but
I've got a message into them, mister.
Okay.
You have Suze today, by the way.
I know. Hey, has Kelly been off this week?
We sent her home.
Merchandise available.
Is she not feeling good?
Well,
Huh?
she sounds terrible. I don't know how she feels, but she sounded terrible. So Mark told her to go home and see you Tuesday.
She sounded like Jack Klugman.
It was awful.
Awful funny.
I ran across somebody today at the tire place like that, one of the guys that waited on me.
Ugh.
But everybody's
we'll get this fixed up for you right away.
That's what she sounded like, pretty much.
If you're like a
Troubleshooter show. Thanks for calling.
I felt bad for her. She sounded awful.
They will put you in a shelter in Washington and pay for everything, and they will not.
No, I gave this lady frickin' LEM.
You're kidding me.
No.
This is the state of Washington, or what?
State of Washington.
I am on it.
I don't know if the governor signed it yet, but he said he would. So, because they're trying to protect, the young teenagers of LGBTQ for their health care.
They don't know who they are yet.
No, but they'll put you up in a shelter, and they will not divulge your location to your parents to protect you from them. Isn't that kidnapping?
I'd be suing the shit out of the state.
Yeah, no, Google it.
Manscaped.
State.
No, I believe you.
Manscaped?
No. God.
What?
Why isn't... Wait a second. There he is. Ooh. Shit. Oops.
I think the funniest part.
Even with advances in technology, it's still very dangerous to try to use.
I didn't think it anyway.
Yeah,
And you know what?
Still dangerous to use what?
An electric razor to Manscaped.
Oh,
4 o'clock, same rules as always. No beers before 4 o'clock, and no more than 2 before you leave the shop.
Yep.
Okay, what else?
Haven't you done enough?
No.
They're literally paying people to. I know. I mean, you get a $20 card and just bought it for $14.99 over at Costco. It just made $5.
And they're still not buying it. Yeah, so they're screwed.
I don't know if Budweiser will ever recover on that.
No kidding.
They're selling a lot more Bud Light at Target now. What?
I bet they are.
I'm always on delay with jokes.
It's kind of like a hand grenade with her. If you toss it out there, you count to 3.
Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it now.
Oh, shit. Wire nut issue.
What?
Let's see here. 719.
Oh, geezers, Tom, we're coming back there.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Today's car day, but we'll talk about anything you want, so give us a call. Now, we're getting Compass Insurance Group, I hope, on to talk to Kevin about hail damage, because this is really important. You know, what if a car's not running and it's in your driveway? I tend to think it's going to be covered no matter what. We'll see. Brent, what's going on with you, Brent?
Hi, Tom. I've got a 2009. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. 2009 Chevy Tahoe. Had the transmission replaced in February. Just recently, it started sounding like you're driving over.
When you say replaced, do you mean rebuilt or do you mean replaced?
Rebuilt.
And that was in January?
In February from AMCO.
Okay, February. Okay. Go ahead.
So it started having this vibration problem. Took it back in. They've had it a couple of weeks. They pulled the transmission. Said that it is not covered under warranty because there is coolant in the transmission.
How did that happen?
So my question,
how does that happen, Jeff?
No, I would.
There's the core for the transmission cooler is actually inside the radiator itself. So they divert it from the transmission. It goes up to the radiator. It's submerged inside one of the tanks, the cooler side of the tanks. It's not supposed to intermix, but when that core cracks, they will intermix the transmission fluid and the antifreeze. So you not only have coolant inside your transmission, you now have transmission fluid inside your engine. Mm-hmm. So aside from actually having to redo the transmission all over again, you're going to want to replace the radiator, flush out the entire cooling system, and change the thermostat, or you will continue to have more problems.
Did they need to pull the transmission to determine that?
They should have known it before they got it out.
So, in other words, you're saying that they wasted his money?
No, I'm not saying that. There was no way that they could have predicted in February that the cooler was going to rupture.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. So, what's the point is he trying to make?
Well, that they've got it out of the vehicle now, I'm assuming. And
now the car's not drivable and he's stuck at AMCO.
Yeah, but aren't you going to get it fixed, Brent?
Well, I don't know if I would have it fixed at this AMCO again.
It's not their fault.
I get that. When we first brought it in, they had said that it was the mass airflow sensor was causing the problem, and there's a misfire.
How many miles on this? How many miles, Kevin?
Oh,
Brent.
200.
Oh, Brent, it's not their fault, man. You got 200,000 miles on this thing.
What is? I guess the question is, we had something. Did they? Do I need to pay them to pull that transmission to determine that it had coolant?
Did you authorize them to pull it?
No.
No.
Wait, whoa, hold on. You took it to them for warranty work, right?
Correct.
And they pulled that transmission without telling you. Did they say to you, we will analyze it, but if it's not covered by warranty, you have to pay us? Nothing was said.
As far as I know, nothing was said. This is actually my son's car.
Did he sign any work order whatsoever?
No.
Okay, then they can charge $110. That's $100 plus 10%.
Okay.
Listen, it's their fault if they didn't get if they didn't get a release, and they have to give you, even with transmissions, they have to give you a written estimate, and that estimate has to include putting it back together if you decide not to have work done. So that's what the Auto Repair Act says. Now, you're going to have a fight on your hands because they're going to want to get paid. But what I say is this: how much are they going to charge you?
They have not determined that yet. They said they were going to work with us, which is good.
And they'll work with you better if you have the cooler. Are you going to have it fixed, or you just want it put together and take it somewhere else for the cooler?
Well, I would. Obviously, the transmission needs fixed too. So both need done. The radiator needs done. The transmission needs replaced. That's a lot of money.
Does that need to be replaced again, Jeff?
100%.
Just because?
Yeah, with the coolant in there, the water, what it does is it destroys the bonding material, the glue for the friction elements, for the any bands or what might be in there. The glycol actually swells any rubber components, and they'll literally continue to grow until they blow out of the bore.
So possibly we'll just pay this and deal with it. I was just asking for advice to make sure.
Well, technically, listen. Here's what I'm saying. Technically, they were going to have to pull the transmission anyway, right? But once it was determined it's not warranty, they want to get paid. Now, they should have warned you of that. That's their fault. But they're not ripping you off by wanting to be paid. I mean, Brent, you got to handle this any way that you feel.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I was just asking your advice on it.
And again, they don't sound. Listen, I'm not a big fan of this place. They don't sound like they're ripping you off. Not in my opinion.
Would you recommend another place
for getting all this done?
Yeah.
You got to get it towed out of there first, and then we're talking to Jeff Fick from Kimmer Transmission. So connect the dots.
All right.
Okay, thanks, man. Deb, what's going on with you? You have a follow-up. I'm trying to find your original call. Was it 5-star restoration to remodel the bath? Started in August, paid $20 grand so far. Very little work was done. And then who did we assign this to? Did you have someone work with you on this?
No, Tom, remember I talked to him the other day, and he said he would square up with Deb's brother.
That's right. Sue's handled this, and he said he was going to do the math and make you whole.
Right. So we decided we just need to cut our losses with this guy and just get our money back.
Yeah.
And he agreed to it. So at this point, he's got to figure out how much work he's done, what supplies, if any, he's bought. And then he said he's going to give us a refund. I'm a little concerned to take a check, but maybe it's fine. Maybe,
well, hold on. Take a check and go get it. Hold on. You go and get a check. Just cash it immediately at his bank. And then if it bounces, have him, go to the civil procedure. At least you have a promissory note.
Okay.
All right. Now let's go to Compass. I got to go to Compass really quickly. Brian Burns, thank you for being here. Brian. I want to lay out the scenario. I have a Jeep or a car. I'm working on it. It's disabled. The engines, the heads are off. I'm doing an engine job. Hailstorm comes. It's totaled. If the insurance company finds out that it was disabled in my driveway, being worked on, the heads are removed, literally removed, will they give me a hard time?
Wow. Well, it still has really nothing to do with the other, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
it was fully insured. That's right.
Right. So I think they're still responsible. If it totals it out, it totals it out. Or if it's something that's repairable, it's really just the damage from the hail. It didn't affect the engine anyway.
Yeah, but when they total it, do they give him the value of it with no engine?
Well, here's the thing. What would probably happen is they'd probably give him, they would total it and then have him purchase it back unless he's wanting to put it back together.
I don't know. What do you want to do, Kevin? Do you want to keep it or get rid of it?
I want to just have them towed away.
Okay, Brian, I told him to do this, and I want to know what you think of it. Slap it back together and don't say a word.
Yep. I would put it back together, put it back as close to the, how it was prior to it.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter is, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about here as far as the value of the vehicle. So.
Okay. Because he had it fully insured, he should get paid. Now, by the way, Compass Insurance Group, free insurance checkups to make sure you're not paying too much or you're underinsured. That's just as bad. 303-996-9000, 996-9000. Okay, we have more coming up. I'm Tom Martino. Stick around.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Some slowdowns throughout the Denver Metro for your 10 o'clock hour. I-25 southbound into downtown. We're seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Just east of there, I-70 westbound stop-and-go traffic continues due to road construction between York and Washington. We're seeing slow traffic back from Dahlia and Monaco. South of there, off Highway, Martin Luther King Boulevard at Quebec Street, a crash involving fuel spill. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, scattered thunderstorms later today. Still nice and warm, high 78 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 51. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms again, high 80. The current temperature in Denver is 61 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We'll have our Memorial Day special celebrating the man behind the Lee Brice song, I Drive Your Truck, Jared Monty from his late father, Paul. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, you know what I love? When a phone call does you no harm but all good. And that's what you get with Homevestors. If you're looking to sell your house, now I'm not talking about the conventional way with the good people we know. I'm talking about getting rid of it now. Today, tomorrow, the next day, because you don't want to do repairs, you don't want to wait for loan approvals, you don't want to pay commissions, your house maybe has some deferred maintenance, whatever it is, call, or just regular fast sale. Homevestors, give them a call, nothing to lose, 800-44-BUYER. They'll make you a bid. You have nothing to lose, 800-44-BUYER. Okay, today's car day, that includes all motor vehicles. Century RV has great sales on motor vehicles. Oh my God, new and used RVs, everything from a pop-up camper to a bumper pull to a beautiful, beautiful fifth wheel, whatever it is you need, Century RV, along with great maintenance for its customers with the new maintenance facility. Just drive north on I-25 to exit 240, then go down the east side on that frontage road. It's right there. That's CenturyRV.com. They pay excellent trade-in values. They'll even buy your used RV. Yep, 303-453-1111.
39, thank you.
The manual doesn't tell him to check the oil. It just tells him to fill it, and he's following their instruction.
Here's what it says. I mean, he sent me a fucking picture of it. But then
nobody's
it gets
listening
a little
to you, Tom,
stranger because then...
Nobody's listening, I know.
No.
Screw them.
How
how much time do I have?
Here's
3.5.
I'm going to go get something. Thanks.
Information. If the oil pressure is low due to insufficient engine oil, the engine oil pressure warning light illuminates. The enhanced engine protection system that limits the engine's power is activated, so that'd be limp mode.
Hi,
and the
Keith, this is
malfunction
Suzanne with the
indicator
Tom Martino Show. We got your
illuminates.
voicemail. You needed
After
help with a
sufficient
security
engine
guard
oil is added,
issue
the
you're
engine
having,
oil
or some
pressure
advice maybe you
warning
need.
turns light
First
off
thing to
and
do
the
is get
engine
you on the show
power
with
is no
Tom via
longer
telephone
limited.
to see how we can best
So
help
he
or
read
advise
that
in
and
your
added
issue.
oil.
We're
That's
live
not what
every
it says.
Tuesday,
It's
Monday
saying
through Friday.
if it's because
Always
of...
welcome to give us an email,
I
help at
understand.
troubleshooter.com.
But that's what
That's
he
help
did.
at troubleshooter.com. We get
So
something
it
lined
comes
up that
to
way.
this. What came first,
Call
the
in
chicken
your
or the egg?
convenience during show
Because
hours, 10 a.m. to 2
the
p.m.
problem
Leave
was
us a
fucking
voicemail
there.
letting us know what
For
days
90
we can call
miles
you.
after the oil
303
change,
Martino,
the engine light came on and
303-627-8466.
shit. And it's one of
Have a
those
good weekend, man.
cartridges. Is it possible? Is it possible that's...
It would have been leaking everywhere.
Yeah, okay, and it wasn't. It simply wasn't.
And this is the part that always gets me. Why can't people pull over, park, call a tow truck, call an Uber, and just
Well,
get it? But no, they don't. We get it all the time. It'd
He-
be cheaper to hire a helicopter for some of these people to get that extra 2 miles. You know what I mean?
So here's what they said.
How do they know it's overfilled?
Because so obviously Grease Monkey...
Well,
didn't
when he got
correct
it to the dealership and they drained it,
Yeah.
they put
So-
it in a fucking thing.
Grease Monkey Grease Monkey did not correct the fluid level while he was there.
Well, I got to ask him that because I'm a little. So here's what Hyundai does, or Hyundai of Greeley. They give him an estimate for. They said, hey, upon inspection, we verified concern, found the vehicle oil level significantly overfull. Upon draining the vehicle oil, found the oil is full of metal shavings. Vehicle drained roughly 10 quarts based on metal shavings knocking. Recommended replacement of engine. It's not under warranty. Quoted customer $9,200. So they quote him $9,200. He says, I'm coming to get it, or send in a tow truck to get it, whatever. So he sends a tow truck to get it. Their technician puts all the oil into a bucket to show him exactly how much was in there. And then, interesting enough, he gets a counteroffer from them saying they will do it for 50% off.
Good grief.
So they knock it down to $4,500. Well, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you look at the video from Grease Monkey, what the fuck could they have done wrong? It's
I don't think Grease Monkey did anything wrong. He was the one that added all the oil.
But he's claiming he's just okay.
That's a dead one.
Are we going to talk about that?
I think he's
whatever the low
working
oil
on it,
pressure
Tommy.
problem was before.
Yeah,
it could have just been
let's see here.
Okay, or it could have been an actual
The
mechanical
frick.
problem. We don't know. Now that there was 10 quarts of oil inside that thing, and it was run with 10 quarts of oil inside that thing, all the rest of the diagnostics have just gone out the window.
370. 307, I mean. 760.
Wonder why it originally
8073.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been an actual mechanical failure, and maybe he was going to get an engine under warranty, but he did everything wrong after that.
God bless America.
What are you doing?
Brand new's had it
God
for 2 months.
Dang it.
5,000 miles.
But my whole thing was, don't even open the hood.
Here you go, Tom.
Yo.
Is here to help. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Okay. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Dale wants to talk about a 34 Chevy hot rod overheating. My God, that could be anything. What kind of motor is in that? What kind of engine's in that, Dale?
It's got a 400 small block Chevy.
Wow. Okay. Take it away, guys. What do you think? It's overheating.
Yeah, radiator fan, thermostat.
Yep.
Yeah, take alphabetically.
What do you do first?
I check thermostat first.
Well, let me tell you what I've done already. May I?
Yes,
Sure.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So the block has been flushed. New water pump. New thermostat a couple of times. It's got a fairly new 4-core Walker radiator. It's got a puller fan with a shroud, but it doesn't cover the complete radiator, and it's got a pusher fan.
Did you? So the radiator's new is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a year old or so.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it overheat at idle or under acceleration, or when is it overheating?
Oh, yeah, just at idle. And it'll idle for about 5 minutes, and then it starts creeping up and keeps going.
You're not getting enough air over that radiator. If it's only doing it idle, and once you get moving, you're getting more air going over it. You're getting your cooling.
Exactly.
So that fan needs to be pulling more air.
Well, I already got a pusher and a puller. I also have a 34 Chevy with a 350 in it, regular old radiator and just a blade fan, and it'll sit there with the AC on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Why would this one overheat then, guys?
It's just an air circulation problem, because as soon as he starts moving, either the water's not moving...
Well, hold on. Does it work when you start moving? Does it go down?
Well, I'm kind of afraid to go anywhere after it's...
Well, we don't know that we don't know that moving corrects it, guys. We don't know that.
That's what he said. That's
Oh,
what we
well,
were going on.
I don't know whether it'll correct it, but when it's on the road moving, it doesn't overheat. It stays right where it
Oh, well,
should
that's
be.
what. Okay, well then moving does correct it. What do you mean you don't know if moving corrects
yeah.
it? You just said when you're driving it, it doesn't happen.
After it's already heated, I don't know whether it would cool it back down, but if I'm driving it, it doesn't overheat.
Well, then what they said makes sense. It sounds like at idle, the fan is not moving enough air.
Yeah, I don't know how to get more air through there.
How do you get more air? How is the radiator smaller than stock?
No, well, like I say, it's rated for 800 horsepower.
But what I'm asking is the surface area, was it bigger on the original one?
No, it's the same size.
Guys, what could
it's
it be?
It's a bigger one. Get it there.
He could even have restrictions inside that radiator. I mean, I'd get it checked and make sure you're getting good flow through there.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's at idle, it's overheating. I mean, you're not getting enough air over those fins, or it's not circulating fast enough in order to cool it down at low idle.
You know, is there an experiment he can do to try that out? Like, and I don't want to sound silly, but can he get an auxiliary fan on the outside, or even a shop fan?
Well, he said he's already got it.
No, I think he's talking about it like a stand-up fan.
Just something to test your theory about air.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, run some fans over it.
I mean, you run some fans through the front, or increase the airflow, and then you know your fan's not working. Are there different types of fan blades he can do?
Yeah, there is. He has to make sure the fan blades are not on backwards. I've seen that on some of these where it's actually pushing and pulling at the same time. Two fans fighting each other.
No, I've checked that.
Okay.
I just had the puller to begin with, and the pusher was added. Well, let me ask you another thing about it. I've heard the 400 engines have what they call steam holes, and that every once in a while somebody puts a 350 head gasket on it that doesn't have the holes for those steam holes.
Yeah, but you'd overheat driving it too.
It would overheat all the time? Okay, so can you answer me a question? What is he talking about when he says a pusher and a puller? I mean, I know visually he's talking about intake and outtake, but don't they fight each other?
No, what he has is a mechanical fan, on the fan belt spinning, and then you bolt an electric fan on the front of the radiator that helps pull more air.
Oh, these are both electric.
Both electric, okay.
Both electric.
I'm tempted to take the puller off.
I was going to say pull one off and try it.
Area.
Maybe.
And just use the pusher and see what that does.
Maybe. Yep. That would be a good experiment. Or put another fan over it, an auxiliary on the outside, just to see if it cools it down. If it does, but why would this one do it? And your other one has the exact configuration?
No, the other one's got even less stuff. It just has a fan that runs on the pulley.
Gosh. You can't, who knows? Like Jeff mentioned, too, there could be restrictions inside the radiator, even though it's relatively new, not giving you the proper circulation. Anyway, is there any way, guys, to measure flow?
Quantitative? No, I mean, you can kind of light a candle or a fire or something, get smoke, and watch it.
No, I'm talking about flow of the fluids inside.
The coolant flow.
No, it's a non-displacement pump, so you're not going to have an actual measured amount it's supposed to be turning.
Oh. You can't, okay. Wouldn't it be something, though? Wouldn't that be nice to know the flow of coolant? I mean, I've had a little flow meter. I mean, unless it's useless. But in any case, Dale, you might have to take it to a shop if you can't find it. He sounds like a rebuilder to me anyway. He sounds like a tinkerer. He'll figure it out. Let us know if you do. 303-713-8255. Ideal Home Loans, still doing home loans. Yes, they are. And they're the only ones with the interest rate guarantee. So when rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Some slowdowns throughout the Denver Metro for your 10 o'clock hour. I-25 southbound into downtown. We're seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Just east of there, I-70 westbound stop-and-go traffic continues due to road construction between York and Washington. We're seeing slow traffic back from Dahlia and Monaco. South of there, off Highway, Martin Luther King Boulevard at Quebec Street, a crash involving fuel spill. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, scattered thunderstorms later today. Still nice and warm, high 78 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 51. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms again, high 80. The current temperature in Denver is 61 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
The new media revolution is upon us. What is it? Who's leading the way? And how will it impact you? To find out, listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere that you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
You know, I just had one of the people from Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies at my home for a signature on something. They're working with me on retirement planning. They're good people. And I'm telling you, they give you service above and beyond. And they don't just go after people of high net worth. They'll help you plan for the future when your income increases or when you need income after retirement. Whatever it is, they look at all the elements of your retirement, IRAs, 401ks, pensions, and then they put together a plan to keep the income coming, to also for insurance, for long-term care, whatever you need. They look at your mortgages, your investments. They take all the elements and put together a great plan. They're sponsors of this show, I want to make that clear, but I use them, and I would anyway, whether they were sponsors or not. rpcenter.com. Give them a call. 970-663-3211. Always free consultations, and when they charge you, it's transparent. It's based on what they save you. 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com. Okay. Made in the Shade is definitely one of these places you need if you're getting window coverings, whether they're drapes or curtains, the soft goods, valances, or you want the shades or the blinds or the outdoor shutters, high-tech, low-tech, in-between tech. They measure and do all of that estimating free. Then they help you with a design consultant to order what you need, and then their in-house team that they deliver and install. You can't do better than Made in the Shade. Check them out at referralist.com, 720-458-6566. All right, no money down, guaranteed for life, and the lowest price. That's Garage Kings for your garage floor coatings. And I'll tell you what, they do a beautiful job. I'm going to tell you a true story. Mark had Garage Kings do all of his floors. I had years ago somebody else do a floor for me, and it's already failing. I'm telling you, Garage Kings just has a guaranteed for life and lowest price, and no money down. 720-252-0370. 720-252-0370.
Cute.
Yeah, that's what I bought.
It can't cut this.
I know, that's the problem I have right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's great. We get to,
It
our
works
son
pretty
moved
good.
to
I bought
Nebraska,
I
and
think
we
it's
get
a
to see him
Roby.
next
Yeah,
week.
that's
I'm
what I
so
got. The
excited,
40
Rick.
volt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It works good, man. I can get like,
Have you ever heard of
you get a
North Fork,
solid, I think,
Nebraska?
40 minutes, no matter what you're cutting, that I've done so far.
Sure.
And
I
I
don't
took,
Connie.
I don't want to cut any more than that anyway.
yeah, and I got a
How do you
Roby,
spell that? I'm going to look up that on the map.
I got the mower. Oh, and I got a
Oh,
Roby.
Kearney, Nebraska.
So I got the weed
Kearney,
whacker blower.
Okay.
I got the
Kearney,
weed
okay,
eater.
let me look
Yep.
here.
And
Okay,
the
he
mower
is
battery
just...
works. You can.
It's a little
Have
big.
you ever
It's a
heard
little
of
big,
North
though.
Fork?
Way fucking big, but it
Oh,
works.
yeah, that's where he's
And
at.
the other thing I got that
It's a
the
little-
battery fits that really does work great for my deck, you might look into,
The blower.
is the Roby
Gotcha.
snow.
Gotcha.
Oh, the snow broom.
It's a shovel.
Yeah.
So
A corn husker.
No, I bought it. It was like $300. I'm like, all right,
So
I'll get
yeah,
that.
he moved there at the end of
Fucker
March,
works,
so I
man.
get to see
It
him
works
next
great
week.
for the
I'm so
patio and
excited.
the walkway. You're about limited right about here, though.
No, we're
So
meeting
long
him
as
in
you
Vegas,
get on
right?
it, you're fine.
Yep.
You ain't gonna do your driveway with that motherfucker.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
don't mind
no,
shoveling.
it's all good.
Yeah, I go.
But anyway, I'm glad to hear you're doing good, mister.
I mean, the segments are timed out.
So yeah, they are. And
Cub Cadet. they
Yo,
get around
baby.
for it,
Blah,
right?
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
but they're
Popular Mechanics, everybody's saying if you're buying a gas-powered rider, that's the best one.
seen either Ryobi rider.
Tell those
you need,
bastards
like,
I work
9
with
freaking
to
batteries.
knock off the politics
No,
and
this
the
is
social
gas. I
stuff
ain't
and
got
to
no-
start
I saw
with
that
the
one.
consumer
It
issues,
comes with
right?
4.
Week long where they were gone.
56-volt
What
arc
do we call it?
lithium battery.
H1
Holds up to
All righty, Rick.
You know, it's-
I'll be
it's
sure to
all
let the
same
boys
name, and
know.
I grabbed the wrong one. I'm sorry.
okay, so just you'll be
And
dialed
that
up.
fucker's-
Oh yeah.
Call me. Well, call
It
me
is.
And
sooner
I'm
than
here
that, okay?
tomorrow too, and I can double check.
I can't even
Take
Come on
care,
aboard.
Rick.
riding track. Here we go.
That's double that. Yeah.
Husqvarna
Husqvarna. Yep.
What the-
B-twin 24
It's the
horsepower.
radio and the hammer guy.
With a fabricated deck, meaning solid steel, 4,800.
Any,
That's the only one that's more
special
expensive
request?
than that Roby.
All meat or something. I'm just going to order one. Yeah, I think so.
I could, you know what? In my 5 acres, I mean, it would take me a month just charging the battery.
Get 'em on the
everybody
side.
likes jalapenos, right?
No.
Who doesn't?
People who have a sensitive anus.
I could say half, put jalapenos
Oh, yeah.
on half of it.
Put that deck
Okay,
on.
that
You
to
got a
tell me
bush
they're
hog
in half.
on the back of it, then? I don't got a bush hog. I got a fucking.
I want to make a toilet paper that's sour
deck,
cream
man.
infused.
Fits in the middle.
Yep, I hit one
Really
button
would cool
and I
the-
put it in reverse
cool
and
the
it
burn.
drops it. And then I just drive up.
Aloe
on it.
doesn't do anything.
But that fucker's 60 inches. It's massive.
Yummy. Here you go.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Jeff, let's talk about the wire nut. Is that a bad electrician or what? What's happening? Jeff?
Hey, good morning, Tom. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good morning. Hey, listen, I am trying to sell my parents' house. They're elderly, in their 80s. They had some work done by the wire nut in November of 2021. So, try to make a long story short, they had some boiler work that needed to be done. And when wire nut was out there working on the boiler, they noticed that my dad had a
Wait a minute.
federal position.
Wire nuts are electricians. Why were they working on the boiler?
They do a little bit of everything. They do HVAC, home improvement. If you kind of look on their website, they try to do home services. Not
Okay, so wire nut was working on the boiler, and what happened?
Correct. The worker, the salesperson noticed that they had an old Federal Pacific electrical panel in their house.
Yeah, which needs to be replaced. I get it.
Yep, I get it. Gave them the, hey, this is a really, really dangerous thing, and said they could do the work. And so my dad agreed for them to replace and put in a 200-amp panel into their house. They did that back in November, and then it never passed inspection. So it had failed inspection 3 times. Now we had moved my parents out of the house. We go to sell the house and notice it hadn't failed inspection and start looking at it. And in the meantime, back here about
Wait a minute. Wait. In November of 2021, when it did not pass inspection, what did wire nut do?
I don't know exactly. I know, like, looking at the county inspection site, that it failed 2 times back in 2021.
Did it ever get approved?
We finally got it approved on Monday of this week, so that's approved.
So what's the issue now?
Well, the issue was what WireNut had done in that process when I came in and started looking at it, is that they filed, I think they were getting pressure from Pikes Peak Regional Building to close the permit, and so they filed what's known as a CNC, I think, which is, hey, the homeowner is being unresponsive, and we can't help this homeowner anymore. We want to wash our hands of this permit, which wasn't the case at all. I think they were just trying to get the permit off their books. And
I'm still not hearing, bro. I'm not hearing the issue.
Yeah. So I had contacted them about this issue, about the permit not passing.
But you said, wait a
and I
minute.
got to
Didn't you
looking at the
tell
bill.
me? Didn't you tell me it was recently passed?
It just passed after I got involved.
So what is the issue today?
As when looking at all of the amounts that were paid to the wire nut for both the boiler work and the electrical work, and because the fact they had tried to kind of wash their hands of it with the CNC process, I had talked to the install manager.
Okay, therefore what? Get to the therefore what? Therefore, I want money back. Therefore, we shouldn't have paid as much. Therefore, what?
Therefore, I asked the wire nut for this to install GFIs into the house for free because of for what they've already paid and how long this process had taken. For what I consider vast overcharging of my parents for this process.
Okay, when you said it was overcharged, are you saying they charged for the permit and never got it? They got the permit.
they did get a permit. What I'm saying overcharged, I've talked to a number of qualified electricians on the after I've loaded this. They charged them $7,300 to put in this service. this
Okay,
panel.
listen, Jeff, listen, man. I don't like that wire nut did not follow through for the final inspection.
Well,
listen, I don't like it at all, but let me finish. I am saying this. They did the work, and they gave you the price, and you guys paid it. Now to ask them to adjust, it's just not fair. Listen.
But they agreed to do it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's fair to ask now for a refund or a credit. Okay, you were inconvenienced a bit getting the inspection. Okay, they could give you a little convenience charge or whatever, but you can't look at something a year later, not a year later, but 6 months later and say, oh, by the way, we were vastly overcharged, we want an adjustment or we want free work. I can't stand behind you on that, Jeff. I don't think it's fair. Now, what you should have done is shopped around. When they said you need a panel, you should have shopped around the price.
Now, hey, listen, I understand where you're coming. I've been self-employed, and I get that. I hear what you're saying exactly. When my parents, when they're elderly, and they did not do that, they did not shop around. I understand. I think it looks bad on the wire nut part that they're charging double for what I could.
I don't think it's double, and I'm not sticking up for wire nut. What I'm saying is it's unfair to go after them 6 months later for a partial refund. I just don't think it's fair. You're saying your parents are elderly, then I don't know what to say about that. I mean, they have a right to sell and to buy and to do what they want.
Anthony.
Listen, do you guys agree that we can't go after them for this?
Yeah, it's way too far out.
Mark.
Well,
Marky Mark. Marky Mark. Marky Mark.
You're being spoken at.
They agreed they would do it. Yeah, Tom.
Tom
Who agreed?
We can't go after
Who
wire
agreed
nut.
they would do it?
Do you agree, Mark?
No, Wire Nut agreed because of the issues. They actually had a little more money out of pocket for getting something done. It doesn't matter. Wire Nut said, you know what, we're going to come out and put in the GFI.
Did they do that in writing?
They sent people out to do it.
Then what happened?
Then the people that got out there, they started tearing into it, and I don't know if it's old wiring or what it is.
Well, he never got to that part.
All right, we're going to bring you back on. Mark Major's explaining some stuff to Tom, okay? Thanks, Jeff. All right, I kept him. He's kept. Yeah.
That's so rare that Suze would not hang up.
He never said they promised to do the job.
I attempted to get there, sir.
Yeah, bullshit.
Hi, can I get a large pizza? Anchovies?
Hey, fuck you guys with
extra
pizza.
Anchovies, please.
No,
Yeah.
triple.
Yeah, anchovies,
Triple chovies.
peanut butter, and jalapenos.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
And pineapple.
Oh, and pineapple.
And send it to my address, damn it.
Yeah. No, let me get Mark Major's card for this. Hang on.
And also, hey, my car's all ready to be picked up, damn it. I should
Do
go.
you need help today?
Shave a cat and dump the hair on the pie.
I should go get my car right now.
Well, you can. Mark can do the show.
I'd have
We
to
can
do
help
an
you
Uber
afterwards.
over there, though. People, you know what they do on Uber and Lyft? They look how far you're going.
No, they don't know.
Oh, they don't? Oh, yes, they do.
They do not know.
What do you mean they don't know?
They don't know.
They know.
No, they don't. They don't know until they accept the ride.
They
At
don't
least
know,
in
but
Las
then they
Vegas.
can delete it.
Mark.
Really?
Mark,
Then they delete it.
I think they do because the one Lyft driver yesterday I used to get down to you guys, she
I'm
said...
talking about Uber, first of all. I don't know about
But
Lyft.
then they delete it. Once they accept it, they turn it down.
That's right.
They can
I've
do
had
that,
that
but they
happen.
don't know the distance when they accept it.
Well,
You know what?
Then they accept it, and then they see it, and then they.
I am
delete
going to
it.
go. I am going to...
product
Look, I'm
available.
going to ask for it right now. Hold on. I'm going to
ahead.
see, and then if they come, I'll
Mark,
go
you're
get
gonna
my
have
car.
The show.
Mark, it's going to be all you, and you are insane.
Well, just for a little
They
while.
See how long it is.
Just for a
see
little
how-
while.
They see how far
my
the
God.
ride is. Now he's not listening anymore. Mark is going to
I'm
turtle.
trying to see if my fucking tractor's in stock. Now shut up.
He wants to buy another tractor.
I got to go pick
Because
up
she
a little
thinks your
Cub
tractor's
Cadet.
sexy.
I'm going to stay logged on, though, and come back. I'm just going to go...
Doesn't
Oh, yeah. No, you got to do that for the audio.
Yeah, no, I'll do it anyway because I want to come back on. Hold on.
And Tom, you're absolutely right because they see the distance you're going, and if it's too far, they get rid of it because it doesn't make money for them.
Why does it say where the hell I am? I got to tell them where I am. How do I tell them where I am?
It should auto-locate unless you are running silent, running deep on your phone.
It doesn't auto-locate.
Are you trying to hide?
It didn't auto-locate me.
What do you have to hide, Mr. Martino?
Where am I going? I'm going to, start, current location.
Going to, you got to stop by Pleasures first and get something that you have on back order.
You get a tractor or zero turn?
Tractor. I do other shit with it. Yeah. The zero turns are, it's a one-trick pony, man. 23 horsepower V-twin Kohler.
Now I got to find this place.
Is it pretty flat or no?
Yeah. My old Sears one.
Well, actually, it turned out to be a $2,700 flat, by the way.
After a while. I mean, the fucking thing lasted me 20 years. And it still ran.
$2,700.
What?
Holy crap!
For my flat.
That's a hell of a deal they got going.
Pieces of shit.
Aren't you glad you at least didn't give it to the dealership?
Oh yeah, these bastards. But I got, you know why? Wait, I'll tell you why it went over. I don't give a shit. I bought all the hazard shit you can buy. And
yeah, but it doesn't cover what the hell just happened.
Oh yes, it did. He said that would have been a free tire.
One free tire.
Well, it's better than not, isn't it?
For that much, you could get somebody to carry a piggyback.
You know what? Here's the problem with Tom.
Oh, shut up. Jesus, there is no problem. I just don't want to waste fucking money. What's the problem with that?
God, it's so dark.
Listen, you should buy 4 tires when you need one.
Yeah, sure I should. God damn it.
Free delivery tomorrow, it says. Let me see. It better, if it doesn't give me the discount, they can fuck off.
No, I don't have it memorized. It is 80214.
Will you have a Home Depot card?
Yeah, I never use it, but I got one. They used to give me 5% off or something. I don't remember. And then the other thing is, on iHeart Access Day, they might have 20% off.
All right, thank you.
What?
Sure.
But you know what? Generally, that doesn't apply to anything I want to fucking...
Now, hold on. Here I go. Pick up in 4 minutes.
Oh. What's your neighbor do Uber on the side?
I'm going to do
some
that
old guy
right
in a
now.
golf court.
I'm doing it says on here they don't do the 5% anymore.
It says that?
Are they already inside the gated
Hello?
community?
Oh, you bastards.
Why do they drop a pin where the... Okay, that's where I'm going to be then. Confirm.
Okay, so you're going to leave?
They're rotating limited offers.
I don't know who's taking it, but back
No,
to
it's wrong, Dip. Now, how do I modify my pickup point? God damn it.
Oh, man. You know, it's kind of funny when you watch someone start declining.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to kick somebody's ass. Okay. They're going to be here.
It starts off as a slow kind of
Hey, listen,
roll.
I'm going to go and leave
accelerates.
everything on, okay? Bye.
All right, bye.
Love you.
My guys do that.
Mark,
to me.
back
they
to
just
line
shake
1.
their head and they go boomer or something. Yeah.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name?
Come on, please
Jay, in a
answer.
sentence or less.
By the
I'd like
time
to
they
talk to
answer,
Mark
I'm going to
about
have to
on
go
the show
back
today.
on air. It's going to piss me off. It's going to be instantaneous. The second the music starts, someone's going to answer. Fuck. And they're not even, I bet the person that answers isn't even going to answer my question.
Certainly not in English.
I'm still assuming someone's going to answer. I'm a fucking moron, aren't I? Someone's actually going to answer the phone somewhere. No way. Just doesn't
How long
happen.
have you known Mark? Is any of this a surprise?
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Who the hell are you trying to call?
Home Depot.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a glutton.
You need advice, so you don't have to lose. Well, come running,
Home Depot, can I help you?
Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. It's Car Friday here on the Troubleshooter Show. Kevin Calkin, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, these guys join me. Sheridan Auto Tech. Any questions you have on cars, 303-713-8255. But, of course, we're talking about anything. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. I'm a little frustrated right now. I'll tell you why. No one answers the phone anymore. I'm simply trying to find out, does Home Depot still give a 5% discount if you use a credit card? You call up and you can't get through to anybody, but I digress. I'm not gonna use our precious time to bitch about my own problems. Yes. Hey, Jeff, I talked to you off air on this wire nut. Here's the deal. They did agree to come out and do what they said they were going to do, which was install some GFI switches. But for people just joining us, his parents hired wire nut long ago in a galaxy far away over a year ago and had some work done. They did not get the permit closed out. It created some issues. They finally did get it done in the last couple weeks and get the permit part handled, and it passed inspection. Jeff called up bitching, and they said, you know what, we'll go ahead and install some GFIs for you in that house or whatever it is. So when they showed up to do that, they started doing the job, and they took the original plates off in order to do the GFIs, and what happened?
They came out, looked at it, like I said, took the things apart. The workmen went away. They called me back and said, hey, that job was bigger than we thought it was going to be.
So they basically changed their mind.
Changed their mind.
Did they offer you any kind of concession?
I have left 3 messages.
All right, let's do this. So now they're ghosting him. I feel a little different than Tom does on this one. Let's call up the wire nut. Smarty Marty. Suzanne, let's give it to Smarty Marty. Marty, do me a favor. Call these guys up and basically just ask them, you agreed to do this work because it took over a year to get the permitting issue and get the job done right. You were going to do something, which we think is great, but we understand if that job might be a little too big. I don't know why I'm not an electrician, but maybe an electrician listening could tell us if you're going to go install GFIs like in the kitchen in an older house and you get out there and you pull the plates and decide, whoa, this is way too big of a job, why would that be? Is it possible it's got the wrong wiring for a new GFI? I don't know the answer to that, but if there is an electrician listening, do you guys know offhand?
Well, what year is the house built?
Yeah, how old is this house, Jeff?
It's 50 years old.
50 years
old. It could have
old.
Aluminum wiring.
That's what I'm saying. Can you not use GFIs with aluminum, or you have to upgrade?
But you have to add the pigtails and everything onto it. You have to upgrade the ends.
So maybe that is the deal. Then I understand it, but it would be nice. Let's say that job was going to cost them $200. It would be nice to credit you $200. Wouldn't you agree, Jeff?
Absolutely.
But you must understand, like Kevin said, if it's aluminum wiring and you're talking instead of a $200 or $300 job or concession, it's going to be $5,000 because they got to redo all the wiring. That's a whole different deal. So let's do that. Hook him up with Smarty Marty, please, Suzanne, and let's get him on there. We're going to have a line open 303-713-8255 303 Martino. I do want to talk real quick. iHeart Access Day next Thursday. The deals are going to be unbelievable. I was just bitching about Home Depot not answering the phone, but next Thursday, guess what you can get from Home Depot? You can get 20% off, I believe, anything in the store. I'm sure there is some exclusions that apply, but you're going to be able to figure it all out on Access Day with iHeart, and that's next Thursday. You're going to be hearing commercials for it. It's kind of like Black Friday, I think is the best way to put it. In fact, we have got a referral list member and endorsement client in Colorado Springs, Smith Plumbing, Cooling, Heating, Electric. They're only in the Springs, but I'm going to tell you something unbelievable that they're doing down there. You can buy, listen to this, guys, a $1,000 voucher that's good for any service or product they do for $100, so 90% off. So, for example, you go there next Thursday, you got to sign up for the voucher Thursday. You can use it any time, or for the most part any time. So let's say you buy the $100 one, you get a $1,000 voucher, and your garbage disposal goes out. Well, you just got a garbage disposal because that's less than $1,000.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to replace a toilet in your house. Well, you just bought one installed for less. For $100. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. If you want to buy a water heater, and a water heater is generally $1,800 installed in the springs, well, you're going to get a water heater for $800. I mean, it's crazy. It's one of the best deals I've seen out there. So that's an idea of what iHeart is doing. I think Dunkin' Donuts is doing like a $5 coupon, which if you get coffee and a sandwich or something, that's $5. So it's like a free deal. But, you know, you're going to have to check it out on All Access Day. Hopefully they do this every year. I love what they're doing. iHeart's really kicking ass on this one. All right, 303 Martino. Hey, Jay, what's going on with this car, brother?
Hey, buddy. So the 400 Chevy is the small block's really hard to cool off anyway because there's no water jacket between the center cylinders. So here's probably what he needs to do, and here's why he's getting.
What was that on? Like a 1930?
He put it in a hot rod. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going, Jay.
So if you have his regular one as an ordinary everyday fan, it's got a thermostatically controlled fan clutch. You know, it gets overheating, and the fan clutch automatically starts moving more and more air. He's cruising down the freeway. The thermostatically controlled fan clutch doesn't need as much air. It changes. When he's got the electric ones on there, there's nothing when the motor's heating up to tell those fans were starting to heat up, like on a modern vehicle where you hear your fans just screaming sometimes. He needs to put something electronic in there to talk to the fans to crank up that air movement during a time when it's sitting there idling, the water's not moving very fast.
So you're saying add something to that vehicle to when it's just sitting there and it starts overheating, it actually is reading the temperature and turning the speed of the fan up.
Yeah, he needs an electronic way to tell those fans that it's getting hot so that they can crank up like a motor.
But how would he do that? I mean, that's a little easier said than done.
No, just a temp sensor and a relay.
That's it?
That's it.
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
That's pretty easy.
They sell kits for them.
So I didn't get to hear that whole call. When he's driving it, it's never overheating?
It doesn't overheat when he drives.
It's only
when it's at idle. Yeah.
Okay. So that would be the fans.
Yep.
Yeah,
or
lack of airflow.
Not enough air.
And what he said, I'm sorry, hold on, Jay. What Jay was saying, guys, and I want to understand this, there's no little holes in between the cylinders where coolant flows in these engines.
Well, the 400 uses steam holes as opposed to coolant passages. So it's a little different setup.
Is that just because of the age, or that has nothing to do with it?
That's the technology they had, with the 400
size
heads.
Size of the block, size of the bore.
I got you.
There wasn't room.
Hey, Jay, that's a great...
So
is that something you guys could do for that guy that had that vehicle?
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Hey, Jay, I appreciate that, man. 303-713-8255. Suzanne, you can free that one up. 303 Martino. By the way, help at Troubleshooter.com. Allison, what is going on? Allison.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not doing too well.
What's going on?
I live in an apartment, and they're infested with mice. And we just got an eviction notice, like a warning eviction notice.
Oh, my gosh.
Of the stupidest stuff. And it happened 45 days ago.
Hold on one second. I got a couple of questions. Hold on. Calm down. I know you're in a bad spot. Let's see if we can help you. So, first of all, the eviction notice, was it a 10-day notice on your door? What did the eviction notice say? Do you have it?
It was eviction notice.
Is there a court date?
Warning.
Oh, it's a warning.
No. Yeah, but we're supposed to meet him within 10 days so we could fix it. I've been in there Tuesday, Wednesday,
Allison,
Thursday.
you still have to help me here. I'm trying to figure out, do you have a court date or no?
No.
Okay, you don't have a court date.
Not yet.
So they're saying what? How much money do you owe? I assume this is a money issue.
No, it's not a money issue. It's the things we did wrong.
Okay, what did you do wrong? Give me the worst offense they say you have done.
My brother came in. He had a .45 in his jacket, in a holster. He does have a permit for it. There is no sign at the door that says guns and weapons are not allowed. But where we're at a HUD home, and they're supposed to have that at the front door.
Who actually turned him in for having a gun?
The girl at the front desk, and she could have told him, you're not allowed in here with that. Why did he get in here past her if it was a problem?
Wait a second. Hold on. This thing just went so awry.
What is the name of this building?
Well, where is it? Is it just a house?
No, it's 120 apartments at the Olin Apartments, like the 14th and Logan.
I don't know. First of all, I don't know if residents that get Section 8 or any kind of subsidy like HUD, I don't know if you're allowed to have firearms, honestly. I know that sounds crazy. Do you know the answer to that question?
No, but if the girl at the desk seen it, why didn't she say anything? And why did we get a notice 45 days later?
Well, I have no idea, because it took 45 days to get you the notice. What other things are there besides the gun? And why does it, once again, who called? I don't understand this gun thing. For the life of me, this is your place, you're on the lease?
It is. If it's actual HUD assisted, then in the rules, no weapons, firearms, or possession of any type of weapon.
Yeah, I remember. I thought that was the case. So you're not supposed to have firearms there. What else is there? It doesn't even matter why the firearm was there. You're not supposed to have it. So what else?
Okay. We had guests over for Easter, and because we're out of town, they brought their suitcases in the apartment.
Yeah.
So they only stayed for 7 days.
Okay, hold on. I get where this one's going. Hold on though. We're hopefully we can help you. I got to take this break. This does not sound good. They're probably thinking that there's only 2 or 3 people on the lease, and these other people moved in because they were there, visiting. So hold on. Let's take a quick break. 303-713-TALK.
And HUD will state at 21 days for guests.
That's good. Does that include if they show up with their couch?
What if they just park their RV in the parking lot?
Shitter's full.
Exactly.
Thanks, Clark. It's just emptying the shit.
Guess who was out of my house Tuesday? It was Euro Plumbing. We had our water heaters done. We've been talking about these guys. You get a brand new water heater, $1,299 for a 40-gallon. I did 2 50-gallons because that's what we had in the house to replace. What a difference it makes. We're going to save money on the gas. The gas bill is going to go down, but even better than that, the water heats up so much quicker. The rooms that are far away are getting hot water like 3 times quicker. It is unbelievable. I couldn't have been happier, and I only spent $1,399 each. $1,399 each. That included all the new flex lines, the gas supply lines, the water lines, everything, hauling the old one away. Euro Plumbing, these are the guys. 303-668 6844. Euro Plumbing, 303-668-6844. I want to tell you about John Fuller. Fuller Law. John saved our butts. I'll tell you what, we got T-boned, and man, did we have a lot of damage to the vehicle. In fact, it was totaled. Every airbag went off. Suzanne ended up with a broken nose. She ended up with some back issues. It was crazy. But you know what John got us? Every nickel that woman had in insurance. He maxed out that policy. We got everything. We were so happy. A year later, listen to this, our daughter got rear-ended on I-25 in her Elantra. Same type thing. Car was totaled. It was just catastrophic. It was crazy. Thank God they're both okay now. But John Fuller got involved once again. Guess what he got? Same thing. Policy limits. You want the best out there. When you call an attorney, you want to deal with that attorney, not one of 500 different paralegals running around. You want to talk to the man. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law. My accident lawyer can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. Put his number in your phone. When an accident happens, you're going to want it. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. 500. Another company we use. Everybody I just talked about I have personally used, including The Art of Granite. You need to call these guys up. If you want to get a quote right over the phone, they're the best out there. They can get the most beautiful countertops. It doesn't matter what hard surface. We chose granite. I think we might have done marble in one of the bathrooms, but you name it, they sell it. The cabinet line they have, the sink line, everything is absolutely gorgeous. TheArtofGranite.com. TheArtofGranite.com. Just fire that off as that. No, I'll do Century next.
A quick question for you. So with these property protests,
I did mine.
Yeah, well, I'm doing mine, but the assessment for single rate.
Yes.
Hey, what do you have to base the
Is that
appeal
all right?
on? Just you get approved. Appraisal?
Why'd you do
How
that?
you-
So what was the deal?
Real estate agents will give you a good idea.
Frank will help you on that.
Frank, yeah, I'm going to call Frank on the other house. So,
And
he
tell
actually,
him
he actually doesn't do commercial property, by the way. He sent me to somebody else for that lease stuff.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yep. But Frank followed up 4 fucking times.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, dude. Go to bed. No, quiz question for you. So, because they say that the actual value was reduced by $15,000 on residential rates. So, if they're saying I'm worth $1 million and I'm saying I'm worth $500,000, do I tell them I'm worth $485,000? Is that what they're saying?
No, you're going to tell them 500.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on the first one, what county is it?
Gunnison.
With Douglas, on the first one, they want you to send stuff, but you don't have to.
Right.
So then what they'll do when I hit the second part, if we don't come to an agreement, then I'll have to send them the comps. That's when what I'll do is I'll tell Frank, hey, I need to see homes that sold for X amount
Right.
in my area.
Yeah, so the other house is in Denver County. So and I was listening to the guy the other day. He said pretty much just said protest and be done with it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to turn you down the first time anyway.
So, it's a process. You got to keep going back.
But you could, yeah. But most of it's done online unless you finally get to a hearing. The problem is it's pretty hard to argue right now value. I mean, it really is. I mean,
well, my mountain house is easy to argue the value.
well, there's not going to be a lot of comps and stuff.
Well, we have plenty of comps.
Oh.
There's actually plenty of comps up in the area. Where you guys came up with this number is unbelievable.
My area is so weird because the homes could be built in 1950 or they could have been built this year.
Okay.
You got acreage and changes. And
All kinds of stuff. I'm saying, so like to find comps in Franktown on any home is really hard. I mean, we've got some homes in there that people have, I mean, just a ton of money in.
Yep. No, because where I'm at in Lakewood, it's going to be hard to argue because everything's just stupid money there right now. These guys are such morons. Did you see Schumer?
What did Schumer do?
Well, the Supreme Court ruled against the EPA.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So
oh, yeah,
Schumer
he goes.
come out and goes, they're MAGA.
And it was 9-0.
9-0.
Yeah, I know, which is like, that is the craziest thing. But what else are you going to say?
Nothing.
Well, that's true, but then
just keep your mouth shut.
then you
so
couldn't.
don't-
You can't do that. You're a politician. Say nothing. Silly you. You lie when you open your mouth up. All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We want to hear from you. You know, over $300 million cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly due to this show. It's car day. Mike's got a comment on that 1934 Chevy that was overheating when it was sitting. The one guy called up and said, put a thermostat and basically a fan on it. Sheridan Auto Tech. Kevin, that's something you could do, right?
Yeah,
it's not a big deal at all.
No.
I love that. Hey, Mike, what say you?
Yes, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And by the way, Allison, I'll be right back to you. I was waiting for Suzanne to look at something for me. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm running a 57 Chevy with a 350 block in it and no thermostat. If he has a heater in the car, he can wait until the needle on the heat gauge goes halfway over and turn the heater on, and that might cause it to cool down.
Hey, a 1934, I didn't even think of this. Of course they're going to have heaters, right?
Should have, yeah.
Should. Not all.
Not all, though. Was that like...
That was an option.
Was that truly an option back then?
Oh, even in the 60s, yeah.
Heat was an option in the 60s?
Radio was an option.
Do you want heat with that in the 60s?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what would you do if you lived in Green Bay? I mean, what do you mean?
They were tougher back then than we are.
Oh, God. Okay, I got Jeff. Chime in on this. He's telling me, Kevin, not the caller, Mike doesn't sound crazy like Kevin, that heat was an option in cars in the 60s.
I can't say that the heat was an option. I mean, obviously, air conditioning was an option.
Well, it might have not been an option.
Well, no, it was an option because you had either factory or dealer air. So you got inside some of these cars that they got dealer air because it wasn't offered on that factory car. You had this big console underneath the stereo and also
And that was
right
the
there.
air.
That was the air conditioning.
So we used to buy and sell cars in high school, and you would have to advertise R&H.
R&H.
Radio and heater.
Radio and heater.
They did
God,
not
hey,
come
Mike,
with.
that was a good... Hopefully that guy's still listening, but he's basically saying yank the thermostat. Now, that could also cause... Well, he wouldn't get any heat if he's yanking the thermostat. If you
He
yank
could
a
still potentially get heat, just depending on how hot he's actually running. But yeah, you have full flow all the time at that point.
So that would cool it off, but I mean, that's kind of a...
He'll probably actually end up getting a little bit more performance out of it, too, because it's going to run a little bit better while it's cool like that.
Well, Mike says then when it starts overheating, he just turns the heater on and boom.
Yeah,
that's cool, Mike. Hey, thanks for that, man. That was a good call. 303-713-8255. Now, Allison, she's in a pickle, man. She's got a threatening letter saying we're going to evict you. It's a HUD-subsidized house, and they had a gun in the house. That's a no-no. And then the number two thing, Allison, what was the other thing that happened? You had people come over for Easter just to stay a little bit, and they thought they were moving in?
It's considered them moving in as soon as their luggage gets in here. And my cousin had a pet that, you know...
So you had a pet, too?
Yeah, but the pet is like a house dog.
Well, it doesn't matter. So what else? What else are they saying? There's three things. Anything else?
Music, and we don't play music.
You don't play music, but there's music coming from the house,
No.
apparently?
They say, yeah, they're saying stuff like that.
And what else? What else? Because we might call over there and see if we can help you out, but what else?
They're not here.
I don't want to be blindsided by anything, damn it.
The elevator was down for 3 weeks.
Yeah?
Everybody's mad. A lot of people got evictions over stupid stuff
Okay.
and warnings.
But yours, I want to go back to yours.
Crazy right
The only thing we're going to run up against is you had an animal in there, you weren't supposed to have it. You had a gun in there, you weren't supposed to have it. And then what was the other thing? Oh, you had people moving in for 7 days that weren't supposed to be there. Is there anything else, Allison?
Yeah, and we didn't know about the gun.
Well, I understand. Well, if it's your place, how did you not know about the gun?
Because he had it in a holster in his jacket.
Then who did know about the gun?
I guess the front desk lady, and she let him in. And
okay, so the front desk lady saw him.
You know,
okay, so what else? Is there anything else, or those are the only things that we have to deal with you?
well, there's mice in here. And
no, I'm not talking about issues you have with them. I'm talking about issues they have with you.
Yeah, I went to the corporate.
Yeah.
For the elevator, it was broken for 3 weeks.
And what happened? Did you get into an altercation about the elevator?
No, I asked her when the elevator would. Yep. And then 2 days later, I got this.
The eviction notice. So you think,
Yes.
I think I'm reading between the lines here, you think because you started complaining about the infestation, the broken elevator, that they're basically saying, you know what, we don't need a troublemaker here. Let's evict her based upon these other rules she broke.
Yeah, and it's been 46 days since it happened.
And
And
with,
now
the
I'm
HUD,
getting it. It's been
with,
so
with the
important.
HUD housing, educate me a little. Do you pay anything per month?
30%.
You pay 30%,
Yeah.
and you're 100% caught up on that. There's no back pay at all.
Yes. No.
Now, because they haven't actually gone through the eviction and you don't have a court date yet, do you think they're willing to work with you at this point if we had someone call over there?
Well, maybe, because I've been asking her since Tuesday
Yeah.
if I could talk to her, and she said, always tomorrow, just tomorrow.
And do you have
then
this
in 10 days,
person's
it's up
name
on
and number?
Saturday.
Do you have this person's name and number?
Tiffany Green.
Okay,
Well, I'm giving you the number to downstairs.
Well, that's all right. Hold on. I don't want it over the air. Here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I do want to make a call for you, but there's something I got to tell you straight up. You can't break the rules anymore. I mean, if we attempt to get it to where you can stay there, if there is music, I realize you said there wasn't, you got to put an end to it. And then, I hate to even say this. I mean, you can't... When they have something against you, what you have against them just really doesn't matter right now because you can't evict them, but they can't evict you. So we're going to make a call, but listen, no more music. Keep the guns out. Is it just the people on the lease there now? Did the other people move out?
No, they were just here visiting for Easter.
Okay, so they're gone now is my question.
Yeah.
Okay, they're gone, and then the dog's gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be flying straight if we can help you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hey, Suzanne, I would like Scott. I would like Deputy Dollar. He's probably listening. I know this is a far reach, and I know there's people out there probably seething at me right now. She only pays 30%. She's doing this. She's doing that. Well, I want to get to the humanitarian side of this. You know what? Let's see if we can get her a second chance. Do you see an issue with that? Both of you. Come on. I mean, if you want to be hardcore, do it. Go.
Well, no, but like you said, as long as the rules are applied.
I mean, if she breaks the rules again, there's nothing that's going to happen. I don't understand the moving in one. I think you can have guests.
Sure.
7 days might be excessive. I don't know what the rules are for that particular place.
And the ones that may be complaining, she's only paying 30%. Well, you're also complaining about the homeless. Where would you rather have her?
Exactly.
Yeah, really, that's very true. So let's see if we can't get Deputy Scott, Suzanne. All right. You think that's a good pick or Deputy Doc? What do you think? I think Scott. Doc can be a little hardcore on some stuff. He can be a little hardcore. Yeah. Let's put Scott on that. All right, let's see what's going on with Rodney. iHeart Access Day question, and then we'll go to Jay. He's got an issue. Hey, what's your question on iHeart Access Day, Rodney?
Well, I was talking. You were talking about the water heater.
Yes, sir.
What company could I use in Colorado Springs for that?
That is the one. It's Smith Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. In fact, they're the guys with the pink vans.
I know who he is.
Yeah, his name's Mike, actually. Mike Robinson. He's the owner. When he came up with this deal, I helped him put this together. It's unbelievable, man. It truly is. When I say a loss leader, it's about as loss leader as you could get. It's crazy. But he's hoping he's going to give you the best deal in the world. And then, when you need something fixed or you need an air conditioner, a furnace, or you need a plumbing problem in the future or an electric issue, you're going to call him. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's how he's going to build the business down there. But you have to buy the voucher, and it doesn't matter if it's his or anybody else's. Next Thursday, iHeart Access Day. In fact, hold on. I'm going to get the website and give it out. I should be doing that already. But I just don't have it up. So I'm going to figure that out and give it to everybody. And there's going to be deals all over. It doesn't matter if you're in Denver. It's nationwide for 1 day only, June 1st. In fact, you're not going to hear any other commercials played on June 1st, with the exception of people that are part of the All Access Day, like Frank Duran, Smith Plumbing, Home Depot, blah, 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 blah. Hold tight. Did you guys have the website up? Who did I skip last time and I did the art? What were the spots I did last time? You guys remember?
I remember you saying they'll do so-and-so next spot.
Yeah, I did Euro, Art of Granite. Damn it. Thank you, baby cakes. You guys would never know because you guys would never know what I was talking about. You might be able to remember who I did, but you could never remember who I didn't do.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, which one didn't I do?
You did mention it, though.
There was no...
There's going to be a lot more to that crackhead's fucking story.
I know.
They got to have
guests all the time staying there and everything.
Oh, there's probably complaints about the drug use.
Let me tell you about Century RV. I talk about I use everybody. Well, guess where I bought my first Class A? I bought right at Century RV. I think we bought it brand new in 2018. I shopped Texas. I shopped around the entire country. I ended up buying right here in our backyard. They've got a great inventory of new and used RVs, Class A's, Class B's, Class C's, trailers, fifth wheels, you name it. They got it. CenturyRV.com, the best pricing, CenturyRV.com. Man, did we have fun last night. We did this seminar, Tom and myself, with the Become the Banker people. We talked annuities. We put the hard questions out there. It was absolutely a wonderful turnout. I had a great time, met a lot of great people. Here's the bottom line. You want to hear about income for life that's guaranteed, I want you to check this website out and then call them up with any questions. They can do a webinar. You can meet in person. SmartMoneyMoves.info. SmartMoneyMoves.info.
What's a webinar?
What's a what?
What's a webinar there?
It's a webinar.
Thank you, Elmer.
I'm going to do a webinar.
Oh, my God. I like when my mouth, outruns my brain. Or would it be your brain outrunning? I don't know what that would be. It would be one of the ways. Yes, Dave? Are you in here to say, hey, what a great job you're doing, Mark? What you guys got this weekend? Anything cool?
I'm staying out of everybody's way, man. These weekends like this, when everybody's hitting the road, all the barbecues and parties and drinking. Nope.
We're going to be up in Sunday. We're driving up to Woodland Park for a party.
It'd be considered down compared to where you are, isn't it?
No, Woodland Park's definitely up.
It's definitely up, yeah. We're just having friends over. Barbecue up. Just did a bunch of work on a patio and get furniture and shit out there and all that. So we're just gonna.
We wouldn't go to this. It's not a Memorial Day party. It's a graduation. But they've been to both of our kids.
Yeah.
But why they picked Memorial Day weekend? Yeah, baby. I love it. Is he coming on? Is that where she lives, is the Owen Hotel? Is that what she said, the Owen Hotel?
I didn't hear it, yeah. She said something apartment.
Yeah, well, I think it's a hotel.
The 120 apartments on 14th and Logan.
I think it's the Owen Hotel.
Which would explain why there's a receptionist up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. The receptionist saw the gun.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that was Section 8, but here's the weird part. It really goes state by state. Other states, like in Texas, it's probably not a bad deal.
Unless you're in Austin.
In Austin, you probably, yeah, exactly. But it's kind of strange like that.
How come I'm not hearing the loop?
So I'm sorry, I had you in the wrong thing. So I'm going to go to Mike. Is the Owen Hotel where she's staying? Now I don't hear you.
Yeah, I don't hear him at all.
I got nothing. Now I can. I love it. Say it again. Director of Operations, the Owen Hotel. No, I got you. I'm having trouble hearing you. You're there 1 second, then you're gone. Can you guys hear her?
I can't hear her at all.
Yeah, it's not like it usually is. That's all I can tell you.
There it is, right there. Yeah.
All right, 303-713-8255. You want to talk about great things. I'll tell you how this show works. We have angels all over the place, and we have so many listeners. It's pretty remarkable, actually. In fact, our podcast is one of the most downloaded in the entire iHeart network around the country. But Mike, he's the director of operations for the Owen Hotel, and he happened to be listening, and he is very familiar with Allison's situation. She is basically being threatened to be evicted. A couple things happened to her. Then I'm going to go right to Mike, let Mike talk. But you're not supposed to have a gun in a HUD house. A gun ended up entering the complex, and, of course, her place. There was a dog involved. You're not supposed to have a dog or any pets there. They had a pet. They had multiple people there for Easter that stayed 7 days. I assume that's outstaying your welcome on a HUD property. I don't know that. But, Mike, I appreciate you calling in. And Suzanne informed me during the break that you know what Allison needs to do in order to stay put. What's going on, Mike? What light can you shed?
Yeah, so she was not given an eviction notice. She was given a demand for compliance.
Got it.
What a demand for compliance is with HUD housing in Section 8 is when they're breaking the rules, breaking the lease, breaking the things that they're supposed to do, we're required by HUD to give them a notice for compliance. And then it is that's their opportunity, that's their notification to say, you got to get compliant with these things. If you get compliant, you're fine. No harm, no foul. It's basically a notice saying, please do these things, please live up to your lease, and we're happy to have you.
I love it.
That's it.
So all she has to do is comply. I mean, really, that's the bottom line.
Exactly.
And I'm going to ask her if she's going to do that in a second. But for general education and other people listening out there, HUD rules and regulations, is that a national thing? For example, you can't have a firearm. I believe Jeff Vick was telling me that he read. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Is that national or is that statewide only?
I'm pretty sure it's national. I'll be honest, I'm still fairly new with the company and trying to learn all the regs.
Okay.
But HUD is very national. We have to follow national guidelines. We have trainings all over the country.
And then as far as the pets, you might have some HUD households that are allowed pets and they're on the lease, and others that are not. I assume she doesn't have a pet clause, so therefore there's not supposed to be any pets. Pretty simple.
Correct. And I can't speak to her lease in particular if she's allowed to have a pet or not.
Okay.
I would have to look at that.
But it goes either way.
But that's something that could be put in place.
Yeah, and then what happens with the visitation? She was alluding to, because she had people staying there for 7 days and brought in a suitcase, that was a problem. How does that break down?
It's so the rule is 14 days.
Okay.
Unapproved. Those guests were unapproved. We were not aware of them, and I can tell you they stayed longer than 7 days.
Okay, I really appreciate it. I'm not gonna. I see no reason to bring you and her up at the same time, so I'm gonna put you on hold. I'm gonna flip over to her. And hey, Allison, if that's not good news, I don't know what is. All you got to do is start complying. But I'll tell you right now, you're starting to walk a tightrope. You better watch it. I mean, you know, it's like in school. Or it's like your mom is counting to 3 and she's on 2. You got it?
Everything's out anyways.
Allison.
That's the.
Allison, what did you just say?
We comply with them, but they won't meet us.
What?
We don't know. We just have pictures, but they won't meet us, and the 10 days is up.
Allison, I swear to God, I think I just woke up in the Twilight Zone. Did you not hear Mike talk? That was a warning. You need to start complying. I don't know what you're not complying with right now. Are you sure the dog's gone? Are you sure everybody in there right now belongs in there?
Yes.
Okay. If you're complying, it's done and over. I'm going to put you on hold. Mike, I'm sorry to ask you this again. You are familiar with her situation, right?
Yes.
Is she still out of compliance?
I would have to call the property manager, but I haven't heard anything. And typically I'll say no news is good news. So that would tell me that she is in compliance.
I absolutely love it. Hold on, and do me a favor. Suzanne, let's get Mike as one of our angels for HUD in the future. I would really appreciate that, Mike. I mean, this is unbelievable. You called in to help us out. Allison, I'm going to be very straight with you and abrupt. Don't break the rules, and they're not going to evict you. Okay? He just said it. He knows your situation. It doesn't matter if the lady or the man that works there at that property isn't meeting with you.
You got it. Hang on. He's clearing up an issue. Hang on.
No problem. I don't have to go on
double-check
now.
it after this, I'm sure.
After the break.
But
okay, God, you're the best. All right, thank you.
Got to follow the rules, okay?
Yes, sir.
You got it. Well, I'm glad we could help you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, and I'm being very serious. 303-713-8255. What? I mean, really, it's like you follow the rules.
No, it's simple. It really is.
It really is, you know, and I don't want to beat her up or anything, but you follow the rules. Those are some pretty big rules.
Well, and it's not just HUD. There are rules all throughout your life. Yep. There are rules living inside your HOA. There are rules if you when you go to work.
Yeah.
Play by the rules.
She's just got to get
in
tough
trouble
with her friends.
You know what? We talk about the $300 million in cash merchandise exchanges refunds directly due to this show. Honestly, how do you even add something like that? I mean, here's a lady that thought she was going to get evicted. It so happened that someone that's actually over her case, we didn't reach out to Mike, he's listening, calls in. It's just crazy how things happen.
The last stat that I saw said that the average homeless person is receiving about $34,000 in benefits from the state of Colorado. So you can put that in your till.
God, that's amazing. $34,000. You know, well, Colorado, you couldn't live on that, but, well, actually, if you got an apartment with someone else, you could. Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
You can find an apartment for a couple grand a month.
Sure.
I don't know. Rod, what's your question on... Excuse me, All Access Day. iHeart Radio Access Day. By the way, the website, and I think you should go there right now and sign up. I think you got to put your email or register or put in your phone number, but it's iHeartRadioAccessDay.com. iHeartRadioAccessDay.com. What's your question, brother?
Well, I have two quick questions. You said nationwide on that, or is that just local Colorado?
No, it's pretty interesting. So I don't know of any conglomerate that's ever done anything like this besides something like Walmart that's got a footprint all over the country. iHeart's got a footprint all over this country, if not, in fact, all over the world. But from coast to coast, every host, it doesn't matter if it's a national host like Ryan Seacrest, every host is just going to be talking about iHeart Access Day the day of, which is June 1st. Leading up to it, you're going to hear a bunch of different commercials by people that are participating. But on the actual day, June 1st, you're not going to hear any other commercials besides go to iHeart Radio Access Day to take this deal. And they will be talking about local deals in their market, whether it's Denver or California or Texas, and they're also going to have the national vendors like Home Depot's deals being advertised. So when you go to iHeartAccessDay.com, I'm sorry, iHeartRadioAccessDay.com. Hey, by the way, please, next year, I love
iHeart. Tell him to take a break.
Would you shorten that?
Isn't that crazy?
Tell him to take a break. He always fucking tells me.
I've ever heard. iHeartRadio Access Day. But here's what you really need to do. You go there and you'll be geo-fenced. So if you're on the internet, on your phone, and you're going there in Denver, you'll see all the local Denver deals. If you're in...
You want to go up?
You'll see all the local Colorado Springs deals, and everybody will see the national deals. I hope that answered your question. Shannon's ready to ride my neck.
Afterwards.
Everybody hold tight.
I'll grease him up for you.
Afterwards. Now I'm going to give him shit for sure. Mr. I break on time bullshit.
Who's doing the spots?
Who's doing them?
I can hear them.
You got
Am I doing them?
You want to do them? Can
I
you
don't
talk
care.
to Tom?
If he's ready, he can do it.
I'm doing them.
I got to pee.
You go pee. Tom's doing them.
Well, I'm going to pee right.
Give me sound, bro, so I know when to go in.
Having high school graduates.
Okay, thanks, man.
All day. Stop and go traffic I-25 northbound between Orchard Road and University. Fox 31 pinpoint weather chance.
Are you happy to know it's been a mess without you?
78 this afternoon, nice and warm. Overnight low of 51. Yeah. The current temperature in Denver, 68 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Special Counsel John Durham's report is finally here. So what's in it? CEO and co-founder of The Federalist, Sean Davis, joins me on The Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know the number one killer of furnaces and ACs? I've told you this before. Dirt. The problem, most companies won't do a true cleaning. They try to sell you a new system, especially this time of the year. Get a free second opinion from a company I trust in my home. Fix It 24/7. Now listen, most of the time a true deep cleaning will refurbish it. And for new customers, that's only $39, which is a screaming deal. Honest gosh. Now, no strings attached. The free opinion is always free, whether you get the cleaning or not. FixMyHome.com. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. All right. O'Brien Legal Services is a law firm that specializes, Brad and his team, in real estate issues. So if you have any kind of real estate issue, whether you're going to a closing and you want some documents reviewed for a few $100, or you have a serious problem, you have an eminent domain problem, an easement problem, or owner financing, you want a contract with someone to buy a house to fix and flip, whatever it is with real estate, you can depend on O'Brien Legal Services. That's OLSlaw.com, 720-370-7388.
Very nice, thank you.
Let's get fucking real. There's a lot worse foods than blue cheese.
Well, you should have told him to eat some more peppers then, because I know he hates green peppers.
He said that, in fact, he just brought that up. He said the last time he ate a green pepper, it's when he lost a bet to me. Yes, sir, Shannon.
Try his blue cheese.
Well, just hooking you up with Tom.
I was just on KOA. That was a trip, man.
What do you mean?
I was just over live on KOA. I was thinking I've never been live on two
But why were
stations
you?
in a 5 minutes.
Why were you?
Oh, Ross was over there bitching about blue cheese, so I had to walk in and tell him he's full of shit.
Oh, was that like literally just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's eating a bell pepper as part of a bet. Good morning, Troubleshooter Show.
He said the only thing
You
worse
wanna
than a
touch
bell
upon, guys?
pepper is blue cheese. I said, you're crazy, man. You can put any vegetable in it. You can put it on steak. You can put it on a hamburger.
Chicken wings.
You can do chicken wings.
Rod, did
It's
you
the
have any
best
other
dipping
questions?
sauce ever made.
Well, I've got to pass the buck.
Hang tight.
The doofus running the audio. And the woman next to me, Suzanne, I believe, has her hands full of that liquid loan situation. All right? So let me hand you over to her. You won't be on the air. Just hang on. Who does the liquid loan? That's what she wants.
Mark,
Yes, ma'am.
who does the liquid loan? Is that affordable?
Where are they? In Colorado?
Are you in Colorado for the liquid loan? Yes.
AIM.
Okay, that's affordable interest mortgage. Let me get you their info. Got a pen? 720-895-0500.
Hey, Marty, are you listening? I assume you
Most
are.
welcome. Have a nice weekend.
I assume you are listening because of this email. What I want to know is on iHeart Access Day, next Thursday, can I use that 20% off to buy a Cub Cadet tractor? That's what I want to know. Can I use the 20% coupon to buy a Cub Cadet tractor? Mini tractor, or whatever the hell they're called.
Maybe Smarty Marty? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Smarty.
He's probably having him call Home Depot.
Yeah, he's got one of the big wigs at Home Depot.
Knowing what we do about Mark's dietary habits, I'm surprised he likes blue cheese.
He's already got the car.
Love blue cheese.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know how some people, when they get sexy in bed, they'll use like chocolate sauce and stuff like that?
No.
I squirt blue cheese all over Suzanne.
We're getting a little picture into your life here.
You bring the Roquefort, do you?
And carrots. He brings carrots.
I just got this Mark.
I fill her belly button up with blue cheese.
By the way, I'd love to make the porn that involves you standing over her, squirting her with. I mean, not naked. It doesn't have to be naked, but just.
Oh my God. You've never seen our fans only page?
Oh my God.
It's $400 for a half hour. Mark and Sue's fans only page.
See what I got right here?
Blue cheese. Ooh, there's some blue cheese. Get in here, baby.
The Lighthouse?
Grab that blue cheese and get your little ass in
Mark,
here.
it's only fans page. Pardon me.
And this
Mark's
is
going full kink over here.
This is the squeezable family size. You just stand over her and give it a squirt, and I swear to God, I'll pay $50.
We don't use that cheap craft stuff. We buy the
No,
good
that's
blue
exactly
cheese.
what we use
This
right
is
there.
Lighthouse.
That's
This is the one.
Lighthouse. It's good stuff.
Or
Ooh,
Maytag.
that's getting me aroused.
Listen, not just good washers and dryers, but Maytag has the best blue cheese in America.
Why isn't this ringing? Troubleshooter show, please hold.
See, if we were on satellite, we could actually have this show right now like this.
Troubleshooter show, what is your first name?
630 KHOW.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, you know, it's going to be a little difficult. We don't have a lot of time because Mark took the break late, and he's always bragging about how he's on time. Rod. Let's take Rod. Rod, you have a tire question. Thanks, Mark. I want to tell people about my follow-up with tires. I know some of the YouTube people saying, first I want to go to Rod because he has a tire question. Go ahead, Rod.
Yeah, I've got standard tires, and I had a screw in one of the tires at bought the car when it had 56,000, and I got 64,000 with a nail and the screw in there, and they wanted to sell me a brand new tire, and Sam's Club fixed it, and it's doing fine. But wouldn't it be appropriate to buy 4 tires with that kind of mileage on these tires?
What kind of vehicle is it?
It's a Nissan Rogue.
Well, with tires, I only care about 2 things. You got tire tread wear, long as it's even and how much is left. At 3:30 seconds, it's time to buy new tires. And then, I guess longevity, guys. I mean, if they're over, 10 years? I mean...
Yeah, they can start to rot, the sidewalls and everything else.
Especially in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, and regular rotations are crucial on those all-wheel drives because you will get extended more wear on the fronts than you will the rears.
Yeah. Yep.
So every oil change, be switching those things back and forth so you get the maximum life out of them.
So
I do that every time.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Brett.
I do the rotation every time with my oil change.
Now,
you're in good shape.
My deal is I refuse to go with run flats again because I refuse to go with a tire that one and done. You get a flat, you got to get rid of it. Now, here's the deal. I put regular tires on there, and I want to tell you about the drive difference coming up. I have regular Michelin tires. They're really good tires, and I want to tell you about them. But I refuse to go with one and done. That's what I'm doing for the earth. I don't want to contribute to the waste. Anyway, we got more coming up. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Stick around for more on the Troubleshooter Show.
Nice.
Marty, contact that Home Depot guy for
of
me.
The globe, Tom.
Me?
What's that?
Tommy.
You are a global citizen, Tom.
I am. I'm woke. God damn it.
As green and woke as it gets.
I am so woke.
I was telling Kevin earlier.
You know what I decided to do? I've skipped a whole step.
I've
gone ahead and made a straw out of a tortoise shell.
They're quiet, and you can whip it around with one hand and everything else.
Did you have one? The electric lawnmower?
Yeah.
Do you both have the automatic one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
It was like $80 more. I was like, hell yeah.
And now he needs a tractor, a third mower.
Shut up, Suzanne.
Third mower. That's what he needs.
So she's all happy because I've finally gone green. I said, gone green? This whole fucking thing is plastic.
I love it. It weighs nothing.
I know, but that's green. It's made out of petroleum products.
And 2 kids in Ghana died digging up the dirt to make the damn battery.
I didn't know either one of them.
I know.
Yeah, they sent me pictures
Hey,
of them.
as Homer Simpson once said, it's funny because I don't know them.
Yeah, my 19 cents a day goes to some other kid.
Yep. Thank you, Sally Struthers. Remember those great TV commercials? These children are dying of starvation.
Oh,
it's like,
God, I do remember those
you
now.
fat bastard, if you put down your sandwich and help them out, God, she was
And
huge.
there was always flies around them.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
How about the old dog commercials where the dogs would be starved to death?
Sarah Crow singing.
The dog is obviously dying on the chain. I'm glad you got video of that as opposed to helping it. Way to go.
What did she play in? Didn't she play in Archie Bunker?
All in the Family, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She was Meathead's
She was
wife.
the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what show? What show came right from there?
Jefferson.
Yep, Jefferson's.
Sorry, I had to beat.
I'm moving on up.
Aren't we though?
Okay, name 3 Lucy shows.
I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy.
I think it was just Lucy.
Lucy. Yeah.
And
The Lucy Show.
was it the Lucy show?
Our ranking.
Looks like you got to share your Tesla charger with Ford's now,
Troubleshooter
Mark.
Show. What is your first
With what?
name?
With Ford's. Tesla and Ford made a deal
Thelma?
so Ford owners can use the Tesla charger.
Hi, Thelma.
Oh,
What would you
that's
like to
cool.
talk to Tom
Yeah.
about on the
As long
show
as it
today?
doesn't affect me when I stop.
Well, you know it will, because a lot of Fords. You're going to have to wait in line.
Not a lot of Ford Electrics, though.
They're
And you know
starting.
what's driving all the manufacturers to the electric cars is not so much the regulations they're putting in, is the penalties that they're charging them.
But wait, they can't. I bet those Fords can't take Supercharge. That's all I use is Supercharge. See if they do. That would irritate me.
Because they used to have a certain amount of fee that you paid for each vehicle, or if they didn't hit the CAFE standards.
Yeah.
They quadrupled it, and it applies not only to a line of cars, but each individual.
And what was the company name? Wellington.
They
okay,
should.
and then what's the next
They
thing you
should
want to
make
tell
it
them
to where
about?
if you have a Tesla, though, and you pull up and there's a Ford there, the
If you get
Ford's got to
priority,
move.
you have to move. Back to the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to the bus.
Parks itself in a regular parking spot for a while.
Yeah, get your ass over there to the diner and just hang out while I charge.
Sorry, we don't serve.
Oh, it says it helps
we don't
Tesla
serve those kind
qualify
of cars
for
here.
billions of dollars in federal dollars.
Oh, that's why they're doing
That's
it.
why they're doing it. Yeah.
So he built the infrastructure, and now the feds are saying, okay, we need it.
Okay, so you have a complaint about CPA, then a complaint about Mountain View, and then what's the third one?
About Tom.
You're all bastages.
Hey, I thought it went great last
Okay.
night, by the
And
way,
you're
Thomas.
new to the state. Where to give blood?
Joe was very happy. I talked to him
All right.
this morning.
Get a lot of people there?
Yeah, it was
Hang
really
tight,
good,
Thelma.
man.
Listen to
Really
the
good
phone,
information. Surprisingly good. They made it pretty boring at the beginning, and literally, Tom basically jumped in there and shut him up.
Well, you know what?
You went to the Q&A.
You four guys ought to put on a car show.
Yeah.
You got the girls to bring along?
We should do one of those car shows where we all pack into a Mini Cooper and see how many people we can get in there.
I think we can get a lot of chicks from that HUD housing.
Oh, my God.
Shannon Scott, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
At least she was honest, you know. She kept saying, yeah,
She was a crackhead.
there was a gun, then
She
there was this, and
sounded
there was
like
that. See, that's the difference between you and me, babe. I
You give
am
the
a
benefit of the
humanitarian
doubt.
at heart.
Yeah.
I play a hard ass on the radio, but deep down,
all for show, right?
deep down, I am crying.
If we need someone to do a spot
Weeping.
inspection over there, I'll go look.
Shannon wants to go inspect.
I bet there's a lot of inspections to do over there.
Gunplay.
He wants to go inspect her blue cheese.
Shannon's like, I'll bring the blue cheese.
Just don't bring your suitcase.
Only
You'll get in trouble.
Shannon would walk around with a container of blue cheese.
Yeah, you never know.
Do you bring that when you go to the what is it called? The Sizzler? No, not Sizzler.
Golden Corral.
Corral.
The Golden Corral. That sounds too much like a golden shower for me, just to even eat there.
They bring over some skanky broad to my table, and I said, no, I wanted crackers, not crackers.
No outside condiments.
They'll stop you at TSA.
I'm always sneaking cheese.
Harbor Freight. I love
need
Harbor
a sticker
Freight.
like that for my new headphones.
So
Drag
you
it.
guys that use, I know you guys like Snap-on
figure
and
that
that shit,
out.
but
I bet I-
tell me if Snap-on has this. I'm finding a good example. Hang tight. Here we go. Click, type,
Let's see
torque,
if Amazon
ratchet.
has personalized
$11.
stickers. Does
Well,
Amazon
no,
have
you click type torque
personalized
ratchets, and I'm
stickers?
sure that the drivers can at least $11.
Get out.
Yeah, but for $11.
Now,
Yeah, but how
on a
accurate is it?
program,
Okay, this one. Here is a 3/8 inch and a 1/4 inch drive set.
Ooh, I have
40
somebody
piece.
who might be able
So
to
you get
make
both.
it, so.
Save 91%. You ready for this? $5.
Cool.
I bet if you went to that Snap-on truck, you are not getting a 40-piece ratchet set for
I
$5.
can pretty much guarantee it.
Yep.
Let me know how many times you go back.
I was going to
because
say,
that's
though,
an
I can
old
break every
old
one of those
fucking
sockets
job.
in about an hour.
Now, see, that's you guys. Harbor Freight's come a long way since last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I've gotten stuff from them. We get our pallet jacks from them.
Yeah.
You know.
Their toolboxes, I actually have one. They're really nice.
Actually, they're high boy floor jack. They're low profile one.
Yep.
Is made by the exact same people as Snap-on.
It is.
They have one right here. It's This one's called Daytona, 3-ton low profile Super Duty floor jack with rapid pump. $259. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know.
It's okay.
Been using rapid pump ever since puberty.
I love their.
All right, we got 15 seconds.
I love
guys.
when they have a free bucket coupon.
Keep house cleaning with Windows. Expert staging, stunning photos, virtual tours, all for a low, low commission, 3.9%. iHeartRadio Access Day, and Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show. I'm Tom, here to help you solve your problems on a Friday, answer your questions, take your complaints. For many, it's a long 3-day weekend, so have fun. And I just want to tell you something that I've been reading in the news. Basically, investors have told Target to go tuck themselves based on their move to transgender clothing for children, for toddlers and children, making bathing suits so the little boys can tuck their junk and other things. And it seems to be offensive to a lot of people who are voting with their dollars. Target stock has collapsed, the lowest trading value in more than a year, and in sales they're down $9 billion. So,
Are you talking about Target? I'm sorry, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, their stock's down almost 12%, which is, I mean, it's billions.
Yeah. Plus, in sales, they lost billions.
I didn't understand I understood the little kids' clothes for whatever, but what I didn't understand, I didn't realize they sold a satanic line. I found that very strange.
Do you know, it's weird because here's how I feel about that stuff. I don't care. I mean, if someone, I don't like it, but if someone wants to buy a satanic T-shirt, now I personally wouldn't sell them, but I mean, if Target wants to sell them, people can choose to buy them or not. And if they sell a lot, then Target made the right choice. And if they don't sell a lot and people are pissed off, they made the wrong choice, right? I mean, I've always said the strongest ballot in the world is the dollar bill. You didn't have to tell Bud Light not to do something. You just stopped buying their beer. So it's truly one of the things that people do without making noise. They just stop buying. They don't go into Target or they do something else, whereas others will. Let's say that tucking clothing, whatever they call it, let's say it was a giant hit. Well, no one can argue with that. It's a hit. So that's the way it goes. That's the way. But as I said, stockholders said go tuck yourself when it comes to that. When it comes to buying stock and being part of there was a giant sell-off and a boycott of sorts. Well, even though it's not an organized boycott. So I've always said whatever the truth is will come out. I mean truth meaning the truth of how people feel. So let's talk. Rod has this tire question, and I just want to bring up something about tires. I had run flats on my car, and I changed over to Michelin regular air tires, same size. Well, here's what I didn't realize. You know, I'm done bitching about the flats on the run flats that can't be fixed, blah, blah, blah. And then you have to buy all 4 tires, blah, blah, blah. That goes for any tire, by the way, that can't be fixed. If you get a sidewall, if I get a sidewall on this one, and my tires are old, I'm going to have to buy all 4 again. That's just the nature of the new cars. You have to buy new tires if you have more than a 2/32 difference. Isn't that right, Mark?
Probably 3, maybe.
Okay,
4
you're right.
seconds.
You're right. 3 maybe. Okay. Now here's the bottom line. The new Michelin regular air tires. Now this is truly what I want to say. I could not. I said, wait a minute. Do they have air in these things? I mean, what am I riding on? I've never. I didn't realize how rough of a ride run flats are. They are. This is such an amazing feel, a ride, and the car has a smooth ride no matter what. But I actually noticed the difference. Guys, and Rod, you can chime in with your tire question, but guys, I want to ask you something. Is it true, or is it's not my imagination, run flats don't run smoothly at all?
No, you can feel almost every bump in the road.
Why is that? Because of the strong sidewall?
Compound, yeah, extremely hard
the
compound.
sidewall's stiff as hell.
Yeah.
God, is it nice. I love this feeling again. Anyway, Rod, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that I had this screw in my one of my tires. I had 56,000 miles on the car and the tires too, and now I've got 65,000 miles on the car, and it's still within 330 seconds. Should I have bought 4 tires, or is it
That's
okay
really a personal choice.
I wouldn't have. Personally, I would wait right before winter and then buy brand new ones.
That's what I was thinking of doing.
Do you run an all-weather, Rod, or do you run regular tires and then change them in the winter?
No, I just run regular tires all the time.
All the time. Okay. Well, Rod, it's a personal choice, but wait right before winter and get it done.
I will.
You don't have run flats, right?
No, I don't.
They
I wouldn't
suck.
have those.
They truly suck. They're the worst invention ever made, and they're bad for the environment. So
Why do you say that? Why don't you like run flats?
Oh, stop. I've been talking about it for a week. Because they're one and done. That's why. They're one and done. You get a nail, you buy a tire. In most cases, 95% of the time, you buy 4 because they don't match. Thelma, what's going on with you?
Okay. I live in Wellington,
Yes?
and I just want to warn people. I took my vehicle. We only have 2 places to get an oil change, and one of them went out of business. So I found the other one, and I went, and I
Okay,
talked
where
to the guy.
was it? Where is it?
It's Mountain View in Wellington.
Mountain what?
Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain
Like Mountain Dew, like
like Mountain View.
Oh.
V.
Okay, Mountain View. Got it.
Mountain View tires. I believe they're a Goodyear dealer. Am I crazy, or are they a Goodyear dealer?
I have no idea.
Okay, so you took it to Mountain View Tires for an oil change, and what happened?
It was just a mechanical thing, and I went to get the oil change, and I went and talked to the guy and set up an appointment, and I told him what I wanted, and he said it would be $100, and I said okay. So
wait, $100 for an oil change?
Oh my God, the oil change on your Beamer is probably $500.
Oh, Mark, $100. What kind of car is this?
It's a Toyota.
If it's an all synthetic, which almost everything is, Tom, honest to God, that's not out of range. I bet Kevin charges that. I'll ask him. He's grabbing pizza. Hey, Kevin, all synthetic oil change, 5-6 quarts, $100 is normal, right? I mean, or is that high? What?
It's a little high, but I mean, depending on the filter, what kind of car, everything, yeah, 80 to 100. Yeah.
Anyway, what about it, Thelma? Keep going.
Well, I told him what I wanted because I wanted the stuff they put in, and then they run it, then they take it out, and then they put the regular oil in.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Thelma. The stuff they...
The BG compression restore.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Thelma.
So anyway, when I got there, he told me it was 150. And I said, no, you said 100. And he kept talking, and finally he got it down to 125.
Well,
So
that's because you wanted the oil change plus this flush or whatever the hell you had, this additive, right?
No. I told him when I went in to get the appointment. I told him exactly what I wanted, and he said that's exactly what I do on my vehicle, and it will be $100. And then when I got there, he changed his mind and told me it was 150.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then
you
what?
know,
Did you agree to the 125?
I agreed to it, but I was thoroughly
Okay.
disappointed that they had lied to me.
So now what?
And then now I just got letters from the state tax. I'm a transformer. I'm here from Tennessee, and I'll be living here forever and a day. But anyway, I found out that the guy I had paid close to $600 to do my taxes in Tennessee, he had, because my tax guy here looked at it and saw that he did not do no state taxes.
He probably can't.
All the,
Here's what I want to know. Hold on, Thelma. I'm a little confused. You're not calling about a problem with your car right now.
She had 2 complaints and then a question about donating blood, Tom.
Okay, now I get it.
And
Okay,
a
so
story
2
about
different
her
things.
childhood.
Okay, so on another topic, the guy in Tennessee did your taxes, but he did not file Colorado for you?
You see, I have businesses in Colorado, and he...
So why are you
not
using
file-
someone in Tennessee?
Well, that's where I came from.
I understand, but you're not there anymore.
Well, I'm using a tax person in in Wellington. I'm using a tax person now in Wellington.
Okay.
But in 2021, I was using a tax person
I get
in
it.
Fort Collins.
I go, okay, so what is your problem now? What can we help you with on the CPA part?
Well, I don't think you can help me, but you might want to warn people when they are in another state and they do have businesses in Colorado. A lot of times they will not file, and of course the.
Well, you have to ask him to. You have to ask him to. I have interests in other states, and my CPA, Atlas CPA, they file the state forms wherever I have business. They do it automatically. But, I mean, not automatically. I have to tell them, but they know to do it. So I don't know what your CPA knew or did not know, but if he was doing your taxes and if he was just doing your federal taxes, then he would not do that. But if you had him do your federal and state taxes, did he know that you had interests in other states?
Oh, yes, but what I'm saying is I am not a person that is going to do my taxes myself, and I depend on someone else to do
I understand, but they don't know what they don't know. I don't know what you told the guy, but if you tell an accountant, by the way, file my taxes state and federal, and I have to file in 2 states, they usually file in 2 states.
He knew I had other interests in other states.
But it doesn't matter if he knew it. He doesn't always... No, listen. Some people have different people in different states. Did you say to him specifically, I need you to file Colorado state taxes?
Look, okay, I know what you're telling me. I'm supposed to be up and getting everything done myself, but I depend on other people to do the...
We got to take a break, Tom.
All right, listen, hold on. I'm Tom Martino. Hang on, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, waterpros.net, or paulthewaterman.com. Get your best water system at the lowest prices. Right now, under $5,000, get you a complete house for both drinking and bathing and showering, and reverse osmosis at the kitchen sink for everything you need to avoid bottled water ever. And then you have safe and clean water for bathing. That's under $5,000. Of course, you can get just the drinking water under $1,000 or a whole house conditioning system for $2,000. You choose. 303-471. No, excuse me, wrong number. It's 303-862-5554. That's 862-5554. So I don't understand what the hell this woman is complaining about.
Hot tubs and swim spas priced especially for sale with easy, no money financing available. Hot tubs are...
I think it's more or less of she wants to make sure everybody knows She's warning people.
She says don't
way to
depend on
kick
people.
off summer at the
shit.
Yeah. All right, 10 seconds, Tom. You're next.
The Denver Premium Outlets, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Aqua Spa. Aqua Spa. Aqua Spa. Aqua Spa.
The guaranteed lowest price on your garage floor coatings. Not only that, but your sidewalks, your pool decks, your concrete patios, whatever you have, you can have done with this Garage Kings polyaspartic coating, and it's the lowest price, no money up front ever, and guaranteed for life. You don't do better than Garage Kings. 720-252-0370. 720-252-0370. Century RV has a beautiful big maintenance facility for all of its customers. Just spend like $10 million on it. They're up at I-25 and exit 240 on the frontage road on the east side of I-25. Let me tell you something. They have the most tremendous deals on Class A motorhomes. They have fifth wheels. They have bumper pulls and even pop-up camper trailers. Whatever you want, they have. And they have the greatest prices and great trade-in values, too, they give you. They'll even buy your used RV. CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111. You know, I often wonder why people do window coverings on their own. You know, the measurement part of it's just so difficult. Well, Made in the Shade will measure with a laser up to a 1/16 of an inch. And you know what they do then? They order all the stuff in the right size with a design consultant for you to choose the right stuff, the right colors, and then they have an in-house team that installs it all and guarantees everything along with the major brand guarantees. Made in the Shade. You don't do better when it comes to shades or blinds or shutters, exterior, interior, high-tech, low-tech. You want to find Made in the Shade at 720-453-6566. 720-458-6566. They're also on referralistic.com. All right.
Tragic
You
death
got
remains
plans
under
for a zip line,
investigation,
Mike?
but foul play is not suspected. No shit.
That would be some really weird foul play, like, hey, let's go build a homemade zip line.
And on the river is a pretty good idea about getting the other side.
It's interesting.
How much time do I have?
Little kid that lived,
Just under 3 minutes, buddy.
All right.
lived up the street from us when I was younger, obviously, and he was a little shit, just a little shit. We were getting inside our crap, and so we were fucking with him one day. He told me, Tommy, you know, if you put on a cape, you can fly.
Oh, jeez.
No, you can't. No, really. If you put on a cape, you can fly. Everybody knows that. So of course he goes and gets a bath towel and a clothespin, and he gets on the fucking roof of the house.
Oh,
and he flew for about a half a second and hit the freaking dirt. And broke his collarbone, separated his shoulder, broke his arm. Well, he didn't say nothing, so nobody got in any trouble. We see him a couple days later. We say, hey, Tommy, you know, if you put on a cape, you can fly. He goes, no, I already learned that. You guys pulled that one on me. Tommy, you can't use a towel. It's got to be a cape. So he goes rummaging through and finds a cape out of a Halloween costume or something. He goes tearing through the kitchen. This kid's going to go back up on the frickin' roof. His mom's on the phone in there. So sees him with the cape and already knows this is not a good thing. Stops him. What the hell are you doing? Says, I'm going to go fly. Tommy, you already learned you can't fly. No, they said I needed a regular cape. It couldn't be a towel. Pump the brakes. Who's they? Wait, would have got away with it.
It always comes out. Yeah.
Ugh.
15 seconds.
Got it.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255-888-heating.com. And if you're thinking about AC, they do AC in the lowest price, guaranteed for the same product, same price, for the same efficiency, the same size and everything. They'll guarantee the lowest price on your AC, so give them a call, 303-770-2776, 888-heating.com. Listen, Thelma is complaining about a couple things, and I understand. She said she went to an accountant in Tennessee. She used to live there. He did her taxes. He knew she had business in Colorado, did not file Colorado state tax. There's nothing we can do about that now, but I think you got to be very crystal clear on the directions you give people. Thelma said, look, I depend on others, meaning he should have said, oh, by the way, do you have business in Colorado? You need to do this.
You know what? I agree with her, don't you?
In a way I do, yes. In a way I do. When it comes to that kind of thing. But because my accountant automatically saw the oil and gas wells in other states and said, by the way, you've got to file some taxes in those states. He automatically told me that. Eric Reinemer, Atlas CPAs and Advisors. We love him, right? So I do agree with her in a certain way, yes. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. She signed things. Maybe she should have noticed it was missing. But I mostly agree with her. Now, on the other thing, on the car, of course, when you get quotes on the phone, it's not a contract, and you can't prove it, and it just sucks. But a lot of people do that. They give you prices and then change them. So what about now donating blood, Thelma? What are you looking for? You're looking on your third item. You're looking to donate blood?
I have donated blood for quite some time, and when I was in Tennessee, and I would like to donate here in Colorado.
Okay, that's very nice of you.
I don't hear anything like in Tennessee. They always say there's a blood drive here or there's a blood drive.
I don't. You know what? You're right. I haven't heard of many blood drives. I don't know.
So I was just wondering. Somebody had told me, I think there's a hospital off of LeMay or something.
But do hospitals? I'm not sure hospitals do that.
You know, Deputy Dan from back in the day would donate blood once a month. Suzanne, why don't you text him and see where he goes? Because he
gets bond pills or something like that.
Yeah, he literally does it religiously.
Why does he do it? For just to give his part? Is that why?
Yeah, to give his part.
Okay.
I know a lot of the UC health places also have donation centers. You can set up an appointment, go in.
But are you looking for something up north, Thelma?
Well, I'm in Wellington, and I would like something within Fort Collins or that area.
I don't think that's going to be difficult to find. I bet you we could find
Fort Collins, it wouldn't be, not at all.
Suze, can you find out for her, you think?
I'm going to.
Cool. Thelma, thank you for calling. Say hi to Louise. I had to do that. Come on. Anyway, 303.
Who's Louise?
You not Thelma and Louise, the movie? Hello?
Never heard of it.
Hold on. Hey, guys, have you heard of it?
Can't say I have. No.
Never heard of it. What are you talking about, Tom?
Thelma and Louise? The movie?
Tommy, they're messing with you.
Okay.
They're messing with you.
Jeff, what's going on with Elbert County? What's going on, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing, Tom?
What's happening, man?
Well, I had an unfortunate experience of getting robbed out in Watkins, Colorado, which is Arapahoe County.
Now, was this your house?
My shop. I got some property out there.
Okay, and this is where?
My property's in Watkins.
Okay.
Watkins, Bennett.
So you were in Watkins, and it was broken into?
Yep, cut the locks off. Stole 5 cars, 5 trailers.
Oh my God! So this is what kind of business? Is it a business or a storage?
It's storage for my business. I'm a contractor, but I figure street value is 170, 180,000, probably 300,000. I had originally invested in stuff when it was new.
Oh my goodness! Did you have it all insured?
Some of it, not all of it. You know, it's expensive to insure old stuff like a trailer I bought in 2000. Or 1994, but you know, the newer stuff was insured. They got a new camper, and such.
Oh, no. So, totaling, you're saying more than $150,000?
Street value, probably close to $300,000. I had originally purchased price over the course of 25 years, but I'm grateful they prosecuted 2 of the people.
Oh, really? Wait. So they found him?
Well, it was crazy. My Chrysler 300, the guy was living in it up in Idaho Springs, got it back. I went and paid the impound, got my car back. My Ford Excursion, they caught a guy over off of Quebec in Denver. I got it back.
Was he living in that one?
Excuse me?
Was he living in that one?
You know,
I'm saying we could start a damn subdivision with cars. But anyway, so what is going on now? What are you complaining about now?
Well, I went to court on the 27th of February. They released my property under the court order for evidence.
For 2 vehicles, right? 2 vehicles were found.
No, they still got a lot of stuff. They got like a 50 Chrysler flatbed trailer, a compressor trailer.
Wait, did they recover all of that stuff?
They won't tell me. I don't know. I'm assuming some of it got pawned, some of it got sold, but I'm hoping that there's some of it I can retrieve. I called the impound yard where I got some of it back, and the guy said he can't tell me anything, but he's got my dirt bikes and my Polaris 4-wheeler.
Okay, so what's the issue today, man? What's the issue?
They won't give me my property back.
Who won't?
Not argue with these people.
Who won't?
The sheriff in Kiowa.
Why?
He won't give me an explanation. He told me he was busy one time. He made an appointment to talk to me on the 25th of March.
Is this the actual sheriff you talked to?
Yes, Sergeant Rolfe is his name. I think Rolfe. And I talked to the lady, and I went down there the Monday before last, and I haven't been a pest, but I've called them like once a week. Hey, what's going on? I need my stuff, not argue with anybody, not pushy, not cocky, not, mouthy, anything. And I went on there the Monday before last. Supposedly he's out and about, can't talk to me. He was supposed to call me back, and here we are on Friday.
I wonder if they're using it or selling it to buddies.
I have no idea. I can't draw any conclusions because I have nothing to build on. I kind of get the impression that they just don't care.
You know what? I think that if it's no longer, they can keep the stuff while it's under investigation, but after that it becomes ridiculous. We ought to give this to Deputy Smarty Pants.
Well, I don't want to piss this guy off because he can shortlist me and tell me he doesn't have a third of my stuff and auction it and just say I never claimed it. So I got to be real careful here. I'm walking a fine line.
How do you, by the way, how do you know they have it? Let's start there.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. You just said he won't give your stuff back. Now you say you don't even know if he has it.
Well, they had some of it, right?
Well, all he told me the 2 times I talked to him is that there was a homicide, sexual assault, they're short-staffed, they're trying to get a new deputy on.
Oh, well.
Pressed for time.
No, here's what I want to know, Jeff. Were you ever told they had your property?
Yes.
When and who told you?
It was the detective out of Arapahoe County, and we met him at Westside Towing in Castle Rock.
What does Arapahoe County have to do with Elbert County?
Because he originally started the investigation, and once it went to Elbert County, they...
We should take a break here soon.
Okay, I missed all that. I'm sorry. Somebody... hold on. Arapahoe County did the main investigation. Is that right?
Correct.
And they told you that some of the property is in Elbert County. Is that what they told you?
Yep, and then some of it ended up at Westside Towing, and I believe they still have a lot of my stuff. And we went and retrieved, to my amazement, I got a big generator back.
But what I want to know is, what did Arapahoe say was still at Elbert? We have to speak very plainly. I need to know specifics right after this.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture.
A busy drive throughout the Denver metro as we hit that noon hour. Starting on the south end of town, DU hosting several high school graduations. Folks around the area are going to see some major stop and go on University Boulevard, both north and southbound between Yale and I-25. I-25 itself, you're going to see some speeds in the 20s and 30s on northbound roads between Orchard Road and University. Heading out east, I-225 southbound at Mississippi, 2 lanes blocked for pothole repair. Stop and go from I-70. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Partly cloudy skies out there at the moment. Those clouds rolling in are bringing in those scattered thunderstorms. High 78. The current temperature is 69 degrees with your impact.
10 seconds, Tom. You're coming up after this.
Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
You know, unfortunately, in the people listening to my voice right now, some of you have problems with addiction, alcoholism, substance abuse, painkillers, whatever it is, or your family or someone you know. The Raleigh House wants to help. First of all, by just answering questions. You don't even have to call to enroll. Just call and ask questions about their treatment, about their ranch country treatment with equine therapy or yoga therapy or medication. They help. The RaleighHouse.com. I've known them the entire time they've been around. 720-891-4657. Do yourself a favor. 720-891-4657. The RaleighHouse.com. Hey, you want to get the best deal ever on water heaters? Just ask Mark. He had it done. He got 2 of them. They were so inexpensive, and he uses them in tandem for his home. You can get a 40-gallon tank fully installed with the old one taken out, thrown away, and new supply line for water and gas, and you'll get that for $12.99. That's just for a 40-gallon. For a 50-gallon, it's $13.99. No matter what size you get, you'll love the deal because he guarantees the lowest prices. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844. 303-668-6844.
Goes down and hits that dude in the foot.
Did you just cut me off?
Or when they're swinging on the rope.
Hello? Did I get to finish that spot or not?
Yeah, you were good.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Oh, I killed the bird.
I'm not sure I've seen Grown Ups too. If all that's Grown Ups 1, that's the one
I didn't make it through the first part. I mean, it was all freaking bathroom humor. What it started off with sharks and everything else.
You know what I watched the other day? I forgot how funny it was. I haven't seen it for a while. With Step Brothers. Holy shit! I forget they're 40 years old.
Look at all the room we've got for activities.
They build the bunk bed.
The Catalina wine mixer.
It's the mother of all mixers. That was so good. And then they're showing the video at the party, and they crashed the dad's boat, who was just getting ready to retire. I forgot how funny that was. Will Ferrell does such a good. Both of them do. They're like.
I can't do Will Ferrell anymore.
Oh. It depends on the Will Ferrell movie. I'm hit or miss with him.
Yeah.
I love Old School.
Yeah, but when he plays the same character in every movie, it's just...
Yes, Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Huh?
I'm just happy I got those tires, man.
He's like a kid after Christmas.
So the older he gets, he likes his rubbers a little bit softer.
Yeah. Little less hard.
No, but and they said except for, of course, the sidewall, these tires can be repaired.
Oh yeah, and Michelin's a great tire.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And they said that it'll last longer than the run flats. They say that run flats have really strong sidewalls and weak rubber. Why, I don't know.
And yet you managed to bust through it.
The sidewall was busted through, they said.
There probably wasn't even a nail in it. There was probably no problem at all.
Just tried to sell him 4 tires.
How do you tell
that sensor?
Do you think, yeah, obviously, I could have been put together. I never verified it.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird thinking.
Kind of hard to tell when you run flat.
I couldn't,
So
when
the
it was
original
flat,
run
I couldn't
flats
tell.
had goo in them.
Mm-hmm.
The Continental, so if you got a nail in there, when you pulled the nail out, it would suck that tar in there. And balancing them. was a
I'm going to carry
absolute
Fix-A-Flat with me.
It's got to be heavy as hell. You just use a bubble balancer? It's got to be a heavy motherfucker.
Oh, it was heavy as shit.
Yeah, it is. Well, now you got to practically cut them off.
Yeah.
Tom, Steve the painter's been holding a while with a car question.
Steve the painter.
Well, tell him I'm going to make him hold as long as I'm waiting for my garage doors to be done.
Steve, you should be coming up next. Ted, you're not much longer. Hang on.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, and you got the Elbert County guy. Oh, God.
Yeah, but I can go to Steve, go back to him.
How about his stepbrothers
We
where
haven't forgot
he
about you. We'll go to
punches
you in a
his
minute.
brother in the treehouse, just squares him right in the head, and he falls out of the treehouse, and he screams for his mom. Mom!
They go to the interview when he farts at the end of the...
That was the longest fart ever. Did you see who that was?
15 seconds,
That's,
guys.
Seth Rogen. Yeah.
One-day treatment, life-changing results. Before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
630 KHOW.
An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. It's important that you know a reliable solar company, ProBidEnergy.com. I'm telling you, these are the guys, ProBidEnergy.com. They'll do repairs and maintenance even on other systems because the other companies have all gone away. And if they install, they don't want to come back and fix it. ProBidEnergy.com, 303-623-1531. They do new systems too, 623-1531. Okay, now let's go and talk to Steve the painter. And I'm going to go back to Jeff, but Steve's been waiting a long time. He has a car question. Steve, I was going to make you wait as long as I'm waiting to get my garage doors and stucco done. But go ahead.
Thanks, Jeff. Just throw me under the bus.
You know what? In all fairness, I said to Steve, bro, I love the work you do. You take just use me as a fill-in job. Yeah, go ahead, Steve. What's going on?
Okay, I'll tell you my problem, but before I tell you where it's been, it's a diesel, 7.3 diesel Ford. It doesn't start in the morning. You start it, it starts for about 3 seconds, it stalls. You wait for it a little bit, you try to start it again. You have to hit that starter for about 10 seconds. Finally, it fires up, and it runs good all day. I still have an oil leak coming from the top end somewhere up in that valley, and I have a check engine light that still comes on. And I got a wafer last year to get my emissions. Its check engine light still comes on. This year, they're not going to give me one. In another 3 months, I'm going to be dealing with the same problem. Now, let me tell you, I've had it through 4 different diesel mechanics, and all of them cannot figure it out. What is it?
Okay, hold on. Did you ever find out what it is?
No.
Okay, so now listen. After it starts in the morning, after that hard start, are the starts throughout the day okay?
Yes, it starts just fine. Once it warms up, it starts every time until the next morning. You go out there, start it, and it
But
goes
what if it
right
sits
over
during
all
the
over
day
again.
for an hour? Would it still start fine?
Yes.
It's only when it sits for a long time.
Yeah, overnight.
And why do you think the oil leak has something to do with it?
Well, because if I understand diesels, you have to have oil pressure. It has to have a certain amount of pressure, and it has to have a certain amount of diesel fuel pressure. Those two things, if you don't have those,
obviously, because
it will
it's a
not-
compression engine, it doesn't have a spark.
And on the 7.3s, they'll inhibit start if the engine oil's too low.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, and I check that oil and this is the thing with the whole oil leak. I check it all the time just because of the oil leak. And sometimes if I let it go more than, let's say, over a week or two, I could be down 1.5 quarts.
So hold on a second. The 2 mechanics that looked at it were diesel mechanics, and they don't have a clue what it is?
Well, they said they did, and I took it to them.
Well, what did they say they thought it was?
They both said it had to do with the oil leak. They said they fixed the oil leak. I've replaced if you know a Ford 7.3 diesel, there's an oil filter up in that valley, top valley, right at the top of the motor. That was leaking. I got a brand new one from Ford installed. Still leaks. I've had O-rings replaced. I've had lines replaced. Yeah, I'm at my wit's end.
When you said the check engine light comes on, what codes is it popping?
It's popping. What it's telling me, it's popping so far as a fuel problem, and they've tried to fix the fuel problem, and and I know it's got to have. To me, in my brain, I'm thinking that it loses fuel pressure overnight, and it's almost like an old car. You know when you would lose the fuel out of the bowl, out of the carburetor, and you ain't got no fuel in that bowl, in that carburetor, and you got to fill that bowl up in order to get it going. To me, it sounds like that. But
well, you should be able to put a gauge on that rail and see if that gauge drops overnight.
Exactly. Well, it will drop, but it should recover
but you
quick.
just make sure it's not dropping below, because those are pop-off injectors. They require a certain amount of pressure in order
exactly.
to.
Yeah, that's and that's the thing that these guys, all of them, all these guys have all, you take it to a guy, a mechanic, and I think we know the problem. We see the codes, and they go on that, and it still doesn't work.
Gosh,
And
this
again,
is a mystery for sure. Well, what do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I think first step, if he honestly thinks it's in the fuel system, is to hook a gauge up and just let it sit overnight and see where you're starting at.
What do you mean? Why would it be in the fuel system if
you require a certain amount of fuel pressure in order to pop off the injectors, and if he's dropping down below that and the pump's not catching up to it, it's not going to fire off the injectors.
But what does overnight have to do with it? That
Because
it's sitting and losing pressure?
So if it's draining down overnight,
and
he's not building enough pressure, and that pump's weak enough that it's not picking up fast enough.
Taking too long to build up pressure, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Now, guys,
hold on, I got to take a break because I don't want to be like Mark. Hold on, we got more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Hey, busy drive throughout the Denver Metro as we close out the new.
He sure did. They're chuckling about it right now.
Town, seeing speeds in the 30s and 40s between 58th and Spear Boulevard. Northbound I-25, several slow spots. Alameda and 6, you'll see some slower speeds. South of there, we're still seeing traffic pick back up after DU graduations. I-25 northbound looking at speeds in the 20s and 30s between Arapahoe Road and 225. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, scattered thunderstorms later today. Another hot one with highs in the upper 70s. Overnight low of 51. Thunderstorms tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. The current temperature in Denver is 69 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Discover credit cards.
10 seconds, Tom. You're up next.
They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
The Art of Granite. They will give you the greatest deal. Well, I'll tell you what the greatest deal is. They'll give it to you on the phone. That's how proud they are, so they don't mind if you shop. How about that? TheArtOfGranite.com. Now, they do more than granite. They do all countertop materials, including man-made, natural stone, engineered stone, everything in between. And what they'll do is give you a price on the phone. They charge wholesale on materials that tear out and haul away free, too. And they do the bathroom vanity-free when you have the kitchen done. So you should call them right now. And then shop around if you want, but you'll get the best deal. And that's theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
And then dudes keep showing up at his front door for the gangbang.
What was the one where he's living on the front lawn?
Oh, that was a weird fucking movie. That was almost depressing.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but they were living in the front yard.
Yeah.
Then I think they moved into the neighbor's house when they were gone.
Wasn't it just him living in the front yard? Wasn't it like his wife was kicking him out or something? He refused to leave?
I don't remember, but I can picture him in his bathrobe on the front yard. I don't remember what that was called.
Just trying to borrow electricity from the neighbors so he can
I like all the Vacations. You like those?
Yeah, I mean, the first one's definitely my favorite.
By far.
You gotta watch Christmas Vacation during Christmas.
Have to. And then European wasn't that good, but, I mean, it was all right. Even the remake I liked with that gal that's got that fucking disease now. That sucks. Applegate.
Christina Applegate's.
I feel bad for her. I grew up watching.
Did you watch any of that show, Dead to Me?
Why do you feel bad for her? What's going on?
I think I did.
You know, Christina Applegate, she's been diagnosed with MS.
Oh.
She was on Married with Children and, you know, some other stuff, but we used to watch her a lot.
Oh, I loved her.
I watched that Dead to Me on Netflix. The first couple seasons.
Did the husband die?
Yeah, he gets killed in an accident.
Yeah. Yep. We watched that.
There's some funny shit.
No, but her best role to me would always be
Kelly Bundy.
Kelly Bundy. God, she was funny. That whole group, they fucking rocked that family. The one that's surprising, though, what's the main guy's name? Ed?
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill. Holy shit, man. It's like when Archie Bunker became that cop or that sheriff. It's so drastic compared to some of the stuff he did.
Yeah, Modern Family.
Modern Family. That show was actually pretty funny.
There was a lot of little
that
things that went on.
Yeah, it was. Actually, what I liked about that is it was kind of Seinfeld where they'd have 2 or 3 different storylines
going on
going.
at the same time.
So if one of them sucked, one of them was okay.
But they made fun of each other in such easy ways that was, you know.
Yeah. Did you guys like the King of Queens when it was out?
Yeah.
God, I love that show. He takes her. I was watching a rerun, of course, and he takes Carrie up to this bed and breakfast, and he was going to surprise her
Troubleshooter show. What is
because
your
it was
first
one of
name?
the first places they ever went. So he gets
Tucker,
her
in a
up
sentence
there,
or less, what
and
would you
they
like
get
to talk
into
to
the
Tom
room,
about on
and
the show
bellboy
today?
He goes, well, what do you think? It's the same exact room. And it wasn't her that he brought up there. And she is so pissed. It was whoever, you know.
What's her name, Remy or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean you don't remember? It wasn't me. She
Okay,
played
and
the
that first
perfect
letter,
fucking
is that
wife
T as
on
in
her.
Tom
Oh,
or
yeah.
P as in Paul?
Because she took no crap from him at all.
None.
PRA roofing.
And he
Okay,
was always
hang tight.
trying to
Listen
get
the
one
phone.
over on her. It just didn't matter. It was really good written. It was well written. Someone told me he was an asshole, but I never know if I believe that shit.
Well, you know, in all actuality, because she was part of that, what's the Dianetics?
Yeah.
No, L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah.
Scientology.
Scientology. So she was in.
She broke out of there.
Yeah, but they were pushing her real hard to get him into it.
Oh, to get Heffernan, well,
Yeah.
whatever his name
Whatever
is.
his name is, yeah. So, but in all, she, you know, she adored him. She said he was the nicest guy she'd ever met. She was not going to expose him to this.
Man, I watched her do, it was either HBO or Showtime. She did kind of a thing on that.
I think she's got a podcast too, so I'm probably going to listen to that. Because I like podcasts when we're going back in between the houses.
Yeah.
Occupy your time.
Did you see the one where he talks her in? I think he wants a jet ski, so he talks her into selling her hair. So she gets all her hair, and then she's so butt ugly he doesn't want to be around her.
All right, 15 seconds, everybody.
Our
device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So all you have to do is give us a call. We have another hour to go. I'm going to finish up here with Jeff and Elbert County Sheriff. We didn't really conclude anything with Steve the Painter, did we? I mean, we didn't. With his 02 Ford 7.3 diesel. We don't.
Oh, it's got to go through the steps.
Yeah,
you got to have the process of elimination.
There is a great diesel place I found in Castle Rock, man. The guy is unbelievable. I guarantee he can figure it out.
Sorry, Steve. Jeff, so
I'm here.
Here's what I want to know, bro. You say that Arapahoe County...
Tell Steve to rebuild his fuel pump. The diesels are timed through their fuel pump. If the fuel pump's wore out, that thing's going to be loose, and it's going to create problems. I rebuilt a Hercules diesel a while back, and I got that thing to run her like a kitten after I rebuilt the fuel pump for it.
Thank you, Jeff. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
So your storage in Watkins broken into, several vehicles, equipment stolen. Arapahoe County led the investigation. 2 arrests were made, recovered some of your property in various places. You believe some of it's in Elbert County and the Sheriff's Department won't release it. What I need to know is this. What makes you think some of the stuff is in Elbert County?
Oh, I didn't say that. I said it's probably at Westside Towing in Castle Rock, Elbert County. The judge released it as evidence, and I need to pick it up.
No, hold on, bro. Castle Rock's in Douglas County. What does Elbert County have to do with it? Help me understand this.
The property was taken to Elbert County. They were living in a real remote part of the county, in the southern part of it. And the towing company that's contracted with Elbert County is Westside Towing.
Okay, hold on. So, it was in Elbert County. Now it's with Westside, but you can't get it from Westside because Elbert County controls the investigation.
Well, it's been released by the judge. They just have, the sheriff hasn't given them the paperwork. I even asked the guy at the...
Wait, you have the court order?
I got paperwork and everything else that they wrote on paper. Went right over next door because there's one little building out in Kiowa. It's so small. They said they'd get right back with me.
But hold on. The equipment is with Westside Towing. Is that correct?
That's my understanding, yes.
And they contracted with Elbert County. So if you went to Westside right now and got it, or tried to get it, what would they say to you?
They'd probably tell me to get off the premises because they have not had the paperwork filed properly by the sheriff. I did call
But
them
you have the court order.
Well, it's just a handwritten piece of paper, and the sheriff releases it. But according to the sheriff, he's got to be on site for me to pick it up, which is fine.
Okay.
Meet me down there and let me pick up my stuff.
Okay. We need to give this to one of our people to call over there and investigate. It's very complicated, man. You got to simplify it, okay? When you get with our deputy Smarty Pants here, we call him deputy. They're not with the Sheriff's Department. What you tell them is something very simple, okay? After a theft and arrest, your equipment was towed to Westside Towing from Elbert County. That's it. And Elbert County won't release it. That's it, okay? We don't need the entire story. At this point, do you know, you don't even know what's there yet. You don't even have an inventory.
I asked for a list. Nobody will tell me anything. They just...
Oh, my God, this is terrible. You hold on. We're going to assign this, see what Smarty Pants can do. If he can do anything...
He did say there was like a murder involved. This could take a little longer.
Did he say a murder?
Yes.
No, the Elbert County Sheriff was tied up with a murder because of this.
I don't know.
More coming up on the... No, that's what he said. I have never purchased a product... My God, Mark, get your details straight, for God's sakes.
Hey,
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name?
Let me talk to Jeff real quick.
Joe, in a sentence or less, what would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today?
Jeff. Hey, did you say there was some kind of murder involved too, or that's something different?
Gosh, and who's the rental company?
I see.
Okay. Hang tight. Listen to the phone, Joe. When you hear your name, come on.
Yeah, I got you. All right. I got you. Hold on.
Proven wrong again, Mark?
Well, I mean...
It's an interpretation.
It depends on... Exactly. It's open to interpretation. Who's to say that the guy sleeping in the car didn't murder somebody?
Yeah, no argument.
See, I mean, you gotta... I don't wrap things up in pretty packages. Hey,
yeah,
she's got full lines. Hey, come in here if you get a sec.
Ooh.
I'm gonna try to talk her into this beer festival.
Is it this weekend?
It's tomorrow. I don't like where it's at, but it's all right.
Where's it at?
Boulder. Hey, so there's a beer festival tomorrow in... Damn it, now the website doesn't come up. In Boulder. Yeah, right here. It's kind of weird, though, because... Well, no, it's all different times. Well, anyhow, here was my question. If we went there, I don't want to be driving around, period. So if we went there, I'd want to stay probably in that Embassy Suites we stayed that one time there.
A, if we can get a room, B, Memorial Day weekend.
Well,
And then B, I think Addie said to me, am I supposed to be watching the dogs tomorrow? I said, no, that Sunday we go to Mike and Steph, so I need to make sure she would make plans so she can watch the pups. But I'd love to do that. That sounds really great.
It took a lot of talking. He said that there's no way you were going to go along with this. He's going to have to talk you into it and schmooze you in and around.
I wanted to stop at a jewelry store on the way too. See if she's cool watching them, because you're right. I mean, they have a 1 to 3, but I wouldn't want to go there. I'd rather go to the 6 o'clock. I mean, I don't know why they have multiple times. I've never heard of that.
What's she doing for the summer?
She's working at Dan Kaplis.
Okay.
Is she back in here doing a show with him too?
No, she's at the law firm. So you want to hear what's fucking
crazy?
I
knew that. I didn't know she was also coming in here.
Generally not. So she was on the STEM shooting. She was on the jury.
No kidding.
Yeah, literally. She was chosen in on the jury for the whole trial. For that one in Highlands Ranch that happened, a couple years ago?
Yeah, we knew one of the kids that got shot.
Oh, no shit. Mm-hmm. So Dan is representing some of the parents, one of which had lost a kid. And she is helping him with that case right now. It's just crazy how she happened to be on that fucking jury. I mean, it's insane.
Who's he suing? The school?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, actually. That I don't know. I would assume the school district. There was some...
You sue everybody involved.
Yeah, you throw it wherever. You sue... Yeah, exactly right. You probably sue the parents. You sue the school. You might even sue...
You sue the fucking crossing guard that let them in.
The damn crossing guard.
Give them that orange belt and a badge, and they think they're all of that in a bag of chips.
Didn't one kid die, or was it two?
I think it was just one kid.
But someone else got shot.
Yeah. It was one of the kids that...
one kid kind of got in between.
Yeah, he was a hero, and I think he's the one that died. And then it was pretty weird because the one was like... Was it a transgender? I don't remember. There was something a little different.
And the one girl contended that the other girl bullied her into doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And see, Addie watched all this testimony, and she said when it was done, during it, she was kind of telling us a little bit about it. And then at the end, guilty as hell. I mean, just 100%. There wasn't one person that was thinking anything different. You walked in there. Basically, they admitted everything.
Right.
They just, the one, actually, that was their only excuse, is they were coerced.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of that kid's name now, because my son played soccer with a kid, and it was his younger brother that got shot.
Yeah, we got to go all the way up to Woodland Park. You know what's funny? From where I live in Franktown to Woodland Park, it's probably 30 miles straight line. But
55 to...
It's like, it's 70 miles because you got to go fucking south forever, then go west, and then come way the fuck back. It's like crazy. If I only knew someone with a helicopter that'd be willing to pick us up in the morning in Boulder and deliver us to Woodland Park.
There's an app for that.
That would be fun.
Air Uber.
Air Uber.
Where are you going?
One person signed up.
Where are you going to be in Boulder?
At the Embassy Suites, maybe. We're checking with
He
Adeline.
couldn't land. Tom would have to drop us off like...
At the airport.
There is no... I don't think there's an airport in Woodland Park.
No, Boulder, I mean.
There's a helipad on some roof.
Oh, yeah, Boulder.
But you have to take your eco-friendly...
You could fly us from our house. If you landed in our cul-de-sac, you could have Suzanne and I to Mike's house literally in 10 minutes. But by car, it takes us an hour and a half. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah, that's an easy flight to Woodland Park.
It's a straight shot from where I am.
Does he have land?
No, that's the problem. He's in the woods.
There's no opening like at your place?
There is in the front. Yeah, you know what? He could pick us up by car right in the front. Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of fun, actually.
The problem is it's all weather.
Weather related, right?
One more hour. It's been a long week.
15 seconds, guys.
On how expensive your electric utilities and other bills are going to be under the Polis Green Energy Plan. We'll talk about it. 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Get the lowest price on AC guaranteed. Well, for the same equipment, same size, same efficiency, of course. 888heating.com. If you're replacing AC, guaranteed lowest price, 303-770-2776. 888heating.com. Welcome. Let's talk. What's on your mind today? Let's go to the phones. People have been waiting, and we'll go to Ted. He has an HOA issue. What's going on? It's car day as well today. Sheridan Auto Tech in the house. We also have Kimmer Transmission. Go ahead. What's happening, Ted?
Yeah. Well, can you hear me?
I sure can. What's happening?
You hear me? Okay. Good enough. Okay. Going to make this short and sweet because I know you got people to talk to. Okay. Bought this condominium on April 1st, 2022. Paid $300,000 for it. On April 29th of the same year, 2022, the condo right next to mine caught on fire by two stupid idiots that set it on fire. That fire raged right through over to my place, through the attic, because there was no firewall installed.
When was the fire?
April 29th of 2022.
Okay, it was right after you moved, right after you bought it, then, right?
Yes, April 1st was the day I paid the check to.
My God.
April 29th, I was living in a hotel.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? So since then, nothing really has happened, because what I did find out is if you think you own an HOA, you think you own your condominium, you don't. The HOA owns the structure.
That's right.
You own space.
You own the space in between. That's right. That's right.
Yes. Yeah. So my insurance company, State Farm Insurance, has been bent over backwards. They've been extremely great to me. They have me living at the Spire condominium in downtown Denver, high-rise luxury place. You couldn't ask for a better place to live. Now, it's now over a year later. I have I have a new roof. They did have to take the roof off because the fire.
How many units in the building were affected? How many units in the building were affected?
Four.
Okay.
The one that was on fire, which is on top of the one below it, that one also got severely damaged. And then there was mine, because the fire raged.
Okay, I don't need to know each one. I don't need to. I need to know something, Ted. What was the cause of the fire? Do you know?
Yes, according to the Westminster Fire Department, they said that there was like a flower pot filled with cigarette butts that finally ignited and set the place on fire. The lady below them, she was pregnant. She had to run upstairs because she smelled smoke, saw that their place was on fire. She knocked on the door. They finally came about 30 seconds later, said, "What's the problem?" And she said, "Your place is on fire." Both young boys ran down the stairs, got in their car, and drove away before the fire department even showed up.
Well, hold on a second. Were they arrested for anything?
Negligence.
Are they in trouble? What are they?
No, I don't. You can't find out. All you can get is that the Westminster Fire Department inspector said, "Oh, it was the fire. It was the flower pot that caught on fire." That's all you can get.
All right. So
I
listen,
don't know.
Listen.
In the meantime,
right now, though, you got to check for all your belongings and everything inside, right?
State Farm has my personal property in a storage facility that cleaned it.
Okay,
and that's
you got to check. You're getting temporary housing. Was there anything destroyed for which you were paid for?
Yeah, my life.
I'm talking about. Did State Farm write you any checks,
No,
sir?
no, I lost. Well, they gave me $2,000 on the day of the fire to go get clothes. I didn't lose any personal property.
That's wonderful.
What I am losing is the opportunity opportunity to live there because
I know that, Ted. What about, but you have temporary housing. I'm trying to figure this out. What is your mortgage? Do you have a mortgage?
No, paid cash. Now I'm screwed because I can't even sell the place to get my money back.
I know it. God, you know.
So, go ahead.
I don't know. You know, this is a very weird situation because you're right. You can't sell it. But they're going to eventually.
No.
They're going to eventually rebuild. Is that right? See, we've had this before with condos where the HOA is dragging its feet. I mean, why are they dragging their feet?
Right. Because they don't care about me. I'm not associated with them. Why am I paying $355 a month HOA fees? I can't live here. I can't enjoy.
But hold on a second.
Here.
But there are other people involved. Are they upset?
Who knows? They don't live here anymore. The owners of the place that was on fire, one of the two boys in there was their son. They live in Oklahoma. The people below that were renting.
Are they doing, Ted,
gone.
without exaggeration, let me ask, are they doing any rebuilding at all?
Yes, they're rebuilding the one that was on fire, and they rebuilt the one that was below the one that was on fire. So,
and your unit is
not touching it.
And your unit is not being touched at all?
Other than we got a brand new roof because they had to put a new roof on.
What else has to be done?
Okay, I'm missing at least 45 to 50% of the drywall. I have no carpeting in any room.
Okay.
I have no ceilings at all in any room.
Okay, hold on. We really need to contact this HOA to find out what they're doing. You may need to get a public adjuster to fight for you. I don't know how you would pay him, though, because you're not getting a direct payout. I just don't know. We had this situation with Club Valencia. I believe that's the name of it. And they're not rebuilding, or they're not rebuilding quick enough, and all of these people are displaced. And again, with a condo, you only have your contents and nothing else. And everything else, I mean, you know, actually, your insurance will pay. Hold on. Your insurance pays for the drywall in. So all the appliances and cabinets and carpeting and all that is your insurance. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, why? Well, hold on.
But that's nothing.
Wait a minute. If you have a new roof, then why isn't your insurance company doing the drywall? Because that's what you're responsible for, the drywall in.
Are you talking about State Farm, my personal insurance?
Yes, Ted. When I had a condo, I was insured from the studs or the drywall in. So when they rebuild the structure, they put on the roof, I have to do the carpeting, I have to do the drywall, I have to do the appliances, I have to do the cabinets. So, and the plumbing fixtures, that's all mine. That's not the HOA's.
Okay, then State Farm is saying, no, that belongs to the HOA.
That's not true. That's not true with almost every single condo insurance. The drywall in is your responsibility. Let's get Compass on, for God's sakes. This is important. Hold on. Let's get Compass Insurance on and ask about this. Hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now let's talk to Jeff with... Oh, wait. What are we doing with the Elbert County Sheriff at this point? We gave it to Smarty Pants. He should be off.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Okay, that's okay. Now let's go to Tucker. Tucker, what's going on with you? Tucker.
Hey, Tom. So I got obviously with the hail that we've been having, I had a roofing contractor stop by my house, speak with me, say, hey, let's take a look at your roof, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, we can get...
Yeah, but he didn't have you sign anything, did he?
I haven't signed it yet, but he wants me to sign a contract.
No, don't sign anything. You never sign anything at the door, ever. What you do, how do you know who this guy is? Did you check him out? You don't have an opportunity when they knock at your door to check him out. If he wants to look at your roof, let him look at it. Let him leave a bid, but do not sign a contract until you can shop around and be right. Where are you located?
I'm in Fort Lupton.
Okay. Now, what's the name of the roofer?
His name was Brett. The company is PRA.
And who are they?
They say they're a small, veteran-owned company, been around since '98.
Did you check him out to make sure? Did you call the original people to see if they didn't sell the name? Are you doing your homework? That's all I'm asking, Tucker. I'm not saying they're automatically bad, but 90% of all roof ripoffs start with a door knocker. So you just need to do your work. You really need to do your homework. Does Excel Roofing go up there, Mark? I should know this.
I was looking on their website. I don't see it. I don't know if they go all the way to Fort Lupton, although Rowley used to say it was like 30 seconds away.
No, 30 minutes, he said. Hey, let's ask Excel Roofing. Tucker, you need to be proactive and start calling some people. We probably can get you a good recommendation.
And understand, Tucker, when the second you sign that and that guy at your door brings it back to his boss or faxes it or emails it, he gets paid right then and there, and he's out of the picture. You'll never see that cat again, most likely.
And this is, are they called PRA Roof Contractors?
That's what I believe. I left his information at home. I'm at work today.
Is it P as in Paul or T as in Tom?
P as in Paul. Papa Romeo Alpha.
Okay. Now, they're in Fort Collins, right?
Yes.
That's what
he told me. He said based out of Fort Collins.
Yeah, but they're in. Who knows which one it is, but
and it stands for Pro Roofing America. If it's PRA in Fort Collins, it's called Pro Roofing America.
Well, and the one I'm looking at, they have locations in Houston, Lafayette, Georgia, Texas.
Pro Roofing America is in Windsor and in Colorado Springs and in Fort Lupton and. Yeah, I don't know. You look at all you want to do. There's one in Windsor. You got to just know who you're dealing with. You really do. And I don't know anything about them. That's not saying they're good or bad, but I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. I would never do it based on a knock at the door. If you research and find out they're good, well, you can always hire them. But don't hire them because of the knock at the door. And another thing. Demand a full and complete, detailed contract. Never use a roofer, Tucker, that tells you, hey, by the way, I'll do whatever the insurance company approves. That you don't want that roofer. You want a roofer who says, this is what you need, and then fights with you to get it done, and you may have to hire a public adjuster, but just
don't pay a damn nickel up front.
Now, you don't pay a nickel up front until you know who you're dealing with, materials are delivered, or work begins, or something like that. So just take that information and run with it right now, Tucker. Please don't sign it. And Brian Burns is with Compass. I need to ask Compass a really quick question. I know I should take a break, but I'm going to be like Mark now and delay it a little. So Brian, I wanted to talk about this. In a condo situation, and you have a complete fire, and the HOA is dragging his feet, but the HOA gets the structure back, the roof, let's say the outside, whatever, and you're looking at studded walls, you need drywall and carpeting and appliances and countertops, and you need to finish. His company is telling him that's the HOA's responsibility.
Okay.
It's not, is it? You told me in my condo I would have to do everything from the drywall in.
Right. So here's how it works. It is dependent on the HOA bylaws of what they're responsible for and what the homeowner is responsible for. But you're right. In general, a condo policy or an HO6 policy, the reason you have it, in addition to liability, is to cover the inside, not just your personal property, but drywall in is a common term.
Right, carpeting, appliances, countertops, bathroom fixtures, everything. And Ted is being told, and he's being told that the HOA is dragging its feet.
Well, but that's why I'm putting the one hesitation on there. It depends. That's only if in the HOA bylaws it says that they are only responsible to get to the studs. In other words,
right. What if the HOA says, we will take care of everything? Then you don't insure for the other stuff at all then.
then you can adjust your coverage based on the fact that you now only have to cover maybe it's additions or alterations.
But that's
So
a hell of a
if you
place
added
to be in.
something-
Think about this. You take the risk with the mortgage or the cash payment for that condo, and you leave it in the hands of the HOA to replace it.
Right. Yep. And I really don't. I know some people love it because they think, well, they're taking care of everything. But the problem is you have such little control when there's a claim like this.
So, Ted.
And if they drag their feet, what are you doing? You're
Ted,
gonna be yelling
you
and
need to
screaming.
know, we need to see your HOA bylaws, and you need to get your insurance policy. If you get us that paperwork, we'll have someone look it over. I'm Tom Martino. We got more coming up.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. When dining out or shopping at the grocery store, ask for sustainable seafood. By choosing sustainable seafood, you can help reduce overfishing, bycatch, loss of top predators.
You're coming up next, Tom. You got just over 10 seconds.
Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
I'm going to tell you an unusual and an unhappy situation. Not unusual. It's unfortunate, I should say. This weekend, the holiday weekend, there are going to be a lot of people getting DUIs. Now, you can prevent it. Just don't drink and drive, okay? If you're listening, get an Uber or a Lyft or a taxi or whatever, or use a friend. Here's the bottom line. Joe Lazzara's phone is going to be flying off the hook. And, well, it should be if you do get in trouble with anything. That doesn't mean you have a free pass. What it means is your life's going to be upside down. Joe can get you through the system because you need an attorney to get through the system. Now, there are rare occasions you're falsely accused or you have some explanation or something, but you need an attorney. Joseph A. Lazzara, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com. You can find him at Referralist too, or 303-429-6200. Flat rate pricing and free initial consultations, 303-429-6200. All right. Made in the Shade will do your window coverings no matter what you have. You can have shades, you can have blinds, you can have shutters, you can have indoor or outdoor window coverings, you can have high-tech, low-tech in between. You have all the major brands, and they install them. But first they come and measure and estimate for free. And then what they do is they have a design consultant help you pick the right stuff, and then they come with their in-house crew, deliver and install them. Everything's guaranteed, made in the shade. Find them at referralist.com, 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566.
How'd you come across it? I've been shopping a bunch on it's a website called Barbecue Guys. We needed some furniture for a patio and this and that. And just started playing around. Got on their website and started reading. And 700 degrees thing caught my eye.
Okay.
They're cooking pizzas on this podcast.
And it's no more. I mean, probably go less than Traeger.
Joe, you're next.
I would use it just for the grill. Yeah, I know. You can
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name?
I mean, usually when I'm...
Karen, hi, innocent and Celeste. What did you want to talk to Tom about on the show today?
It's kind of cool. Unless you're doing a big...
What kind of tax stuff?
That's what the other one's for. Okay, it says you can do 50 wings, 4 slabs of ribs, or 2 pork butts. So it's actually bigger.
It's decent size.
I don't know about 4 things.
I don't know about 4 ribs either.
Okay, and when you say they sent us, who is they? The IRS or someone else?
Ooh, 15% off right now, too. Do they sell them at Home Depot? Oh, this one looks cool, too. The Road Warrior.
Not a bad look at the grill either.
No, it's not at all. Look at the Road Warrior.
So she got the refund, and TurboTax acknowledges that TurboTax is the one that sent her refund to the wrong place.
get a bigger one, you can tow it behind the bus.
Okay,
When
so
we were
this
by
isn't
Big
an
Jim?
IRS issue. This is a TurboTax sent refund to the wrong address issue. Are we on the same page?
I don't know if he owns it.
I haven't seen him out there in a long time.
This one goes to 700. This is a very interesting one to me for a few bucks more. It's pretty cool. It's a more traditional looking smoker. It doesn't look like your grill. That grill does have a cool look to it.
Yeah. Let's see what Tom has to say. You are calling in the last half hour of the show. If you don't get on, Karen, we'll take your phone number for Tuesday because there's no show Monday. Hang on.
Wait, where's Tucker? Hold on. Did I have a Tucker?
Myself setting that fucker up and doing like a 6-hour rib thing, man. People would be fucking shitting in an RV park. Smoking that baby. I guarantee that would light up that whole park, like with that odor of beautiful ribs. I'm like a poet, bro.
15 seconds, guys.
We used to get together every year.
Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's go to Joe. Joe, what's happening? What's going on, Joe?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
Well, I rented a car back in March. Somebody rear-ended me. Car was in the shop for a little bit.
Okay.
And when I picked it up, it was noted that there was a couple of chips in the windshield. That was okay. It was a storm. It was, I want to say like the 27th. It was day of the snowstorm is when I picked it up. So picked up the car. Didn't think the chip issue would be a problem. By the time the storm ended and the snow melted and the dirt was off the windshield, I noticed that the chips started to crack. So I called the rental company, said, hey, your chip is cracking. They said, is it interfering with your vision? I said, no. They said, well, you have an option to keep it or not. I said, well, as long as it's okay or not bugging me, I'm fine. I don't want to drive out to the airport just to swap out a car. But the crack extended into the driver's field of view. So I called him and I said, well, it is getting worse, so I'd like to swap it out. Swapped it out, no problems, rented the cars, turned everything back in, and then I get a bill from the company for windshield damage, and they want me to pay $1,400 to replace the windshield.
Right. Because it happened when you had it. You're responsible for all collision and comprehensive claims. You agree to it. Whether or not, see, you're saying that the chips started as a result of the crack started as a result of the chips, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can you prove that?
Well, it originated from the chip. It was either there or not, and so it was either pre-existing or it...
Do you have on the contract the circles on the windshield showing the chips, all the chips?
I'd have to go back and look.
Well, it's going to be critical because if you noted windshield damage on the contract, then they're going to have a tough time charging you for the whole thing. If you did not, then your argument's in the wind. You may as well not even make it. I've had this happen with...
Well, no, the chips are noted. The chips are noted.
On the contract.
On the contract. The chips are noted.
And they're saying that they were chips, not cracks, right?
Correct.
How many cracks did you have?
1.
And was there how many chips?
Like I said, I picked it up in the middle of a snowstorm.
How? Okay, so you don't know how big the chip.
They were pre-existing before I even picked up the car. They just said,
and they agreed. They agreed, right? I'm asking, how big were they? Would a penny cover them? A dime cover them? What would cover them?
I'll say a dime.
Okay, you should not be responsible if it was it a chip that where the crack was starting, or no chip, or just a little tiny, you know what I'm saying? There's a chip, and then there's a chip with tiny little hazing cracks.
Yeah. The windshield was covered in snow, and it was blowing snow when I picked it up.
All right, right.
So
listen, I think, in my opinion, you shouldn't be charged. It sounds like it's just an extension of the damage that already happened. But you're going to have to convince them, or you're going to have to take them to small claims court or something, or dispute it on your credit card. I agree with you. Joe, I agree with you. But listen, your insurance would cover that anyway. Your comprehensive insurance extends to your rental car.
Sure. Yeah, but it's obviously the principal that's...
Well, I'm not worried about the principal. That's why you're insured. So, Joe, do you have comprehensive insurance that extends to the rental car?
Yes.
How much is the bill?
$1,400 and change.
What is your deductible on the comp? Do you have one?
Probably $500. I don't know if I could play it under part of the insurance claim, even though I didn't rent the car through insurance.
What do you mean you didn't rent it through insurance? What does that mean?
They had like a preferred rental agency.
You don't have to do... Joe, if I go on vacation...
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
If I go on vacation, I don't rent a car through my insurance. I just rent a car, but my insurance covers it.
Hey, Tom, I know when Mark and I had an issue, our actual credit card had insurance for rentals, so we were able to use our credit card company's car rental insurance to cover it.
They sent us a check. Capital One sent us a check for $2,500, $3,000. No kidding.
For what, Mark?
We were at a... Oh, God.
Don't get him started.
Yeah, well, we were at a toll gate in Texas because our hotel was inside the airport grounds, which is just stupid. But anyhow, it wouldn't accept my hotel ticket, so I had to back up. When I backed up, I scraped the hell out of the side of the rental car. I mean, I scraped the hell out of it.
But we ended up being covered through our credit card.
But your own insurance would have covered it, too.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Then my insurance would have went up.
Well, listen.
The credit card insurance just wrote me a check.
Yeah, his insurance won't go up for a comp claim. It won't go up for a windshield. But here's the deal. If you have it, you could have a lower deductible for glass on your comp. Do you know if you do?
Probably do. I don't know what it would be.
Listen, here's what I'm getting at, Joe. Whatever comp coverage you have on your car carries over to the rental car in most cases. If that's the case, you have to decide how much of a fight you want to put up. Like I have zero deductible on my window, I think it is, or it's a very low deductible, so I wouldn't even put up a fight. I would just do it. But if you have to put out $500 or $1,000 or whatever, then you may want to let your insurance cover it and then go after them for your deductible.
Yeah, or I could just wait and see if they charge the card. It's a USAA charge. They're always very good about protecting.
Well, wait a minute. So hold on. So they haven't charged you yet?
No, they just keep sending me a bill and a demand for payment, and I keep replying that it was pre-existing damage that was noted on the vehicle.
Oh, good. Okay, maybe they're just seeing if you'll... Okay, maybe they didn't charge your card because they know they're wrong. Did you use this USAA card with the rental?
Yeah.
You did agree... Hold on, just so you know, you did agree that they could charge that card. So you may not like this, but you may want to close that card and get another one.
Okay, no, not a bad idea.
Okay, well, let us know what happens. I always like to know what happens. 303-713-8255. I guess I got to take another break, otherwise I'm going to be like Mark. So stay tuned for more.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Leland Conway at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the LASIK Center.
No major complaints out there on the Denver roads and freeways for the 1 o'clock hour. We are seeing busy traffic all around town as folks get ready for their Memorial Day weekends. I-25 northbound looking at speeds in the 30s and 40s from Broadway to Colfax. Southbound I-25 slow itself into downtown between 48th and Spear Boulevard. Just east of there, I-70 westbound slow driving continues due to road construction between York and Washington. We're seeing backups from Dahlia and Monaco. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Those clouds are rolling in with chance of scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. High of 78, nice and warm. Overnight low of 51. The current temperature in Denver is 71 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Get ready for a life of new vision. Right now at TLC Laser Eye Centers,
10 seconds, Tom.
off LASIK with our latest Wavelight laser when treated in June. That's $500 off per eye with guaranteed financing. Visit SaveOnTLC.com for details.
All right, I'm going to read this letter to you. It's an honest-to-God real letter. Okay, you ready? All right. Dear Tom, thank you for recommending American Restoration 24/7. We had water damage at our home in March. Corey, Terry, and everyone in the company were wonderful. Mr. Terry arrived at my home the day of the damage occurred and assessed and work was done. The crew arrived, demolished damage. They took out damaged carpet, wall, ceiling, etc. Soon after the demolition, they started putting it back together. From day one, they did a great job right through restoration. Hardworking, respectful. Now, American Restoration 24/7 alleviated all the stress in this project. They kept me in the loop every step of the way, and I knew what they were doing, and they completed it. And please recommend this company to others. I already have to everyone who will listen. And this is Joan. I won't give her last name, but she is a friend I referred American Restoration 24/7. Now, here's the deal. I want you to call them when you have a problem, if your insurance is covering it or not, because your insurance is only going to pay once, so don't get the wrong company. 8337-AMREST. 8337-AMREST. Online, amrest247.com. All right, let's talk about this one, because I love RVs. I truly love RVs. They have RVs at Century RV. They have maintenance at Century RV. They have everything you need at Century RV, including new and used, pop-up campers. They have Class A's. They have beautiful fifth wheels. I want you to go up and look around. It's at I-25 and exit 240 on the frontage road. So you get off at 240, right? Take a right, and then take a right and go down that frontage road on the east side of I-25, and that's 303-453-1111.
So you could get all kinds of stuff.
It's a hair dryer.
Okay.
But Dyson has some other hair products now, or hair appliances now.
Yeah.
I am dying.
How much was that? How much was a Dyson hair dryer? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's like $700.
Yeah, compared to the Shark was $300 or something.
Everything Dyson does is expensive.
I want their hair appliances. Dyson has the coolest hair appliances.
You know what? I have a Dyson. You know that stand-up vacuum?
You have an air wrap for your hair?
You know the little portable vacuums they have? You know, they're like electric brooms. You hang them up.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, it's so strong, I never even used a regular vacuum. But here's what happened.
Well, doesn't Stephanie do most of the vacuuming at your house?
So anyway, this electric broom, or whatever you call a vacuum, stand a little upright. So I had a problem with it, and I take it to their store. The guy goes back and gets a part and replaces it. And then I said, but I also have a problem with this. He goes back, gets that part. I said, so by the time I walked out, every part on there was replaced. Oh, the only thing I had originally was the wand.
That's funny.
There are no questions asked when you take it in.
We were looking at, Shark makes a little smoker, a pellet smoker, a pellet grill. Which
I like Shark.
Or not Shark, it was the other one. What is it? I'm getting
Ninja.
The
Shark Ninja.
I like Ninja too. I have a Ninja blender.
The same company. We just looked it up. It's actually two names combined that make up that company's name. Mark already looked it up.
What are you talking about?
Shark and Ninja are owned by the same company.
Oh!
And the company's name, you'll never guess what it is.
What is it?
Shark Ninja.
My Ninja blender is so freaking strong, it'll scare you.
It's as good as the, what are those real expensive ones?
KitchenAid?
No, No, there's a famous one. Vitamix.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, I have one of those. You're right, I have one of those. You know what? the Ninja's better. I have one at one house, one at the other.
Yep.
And the Ninja outperforms the Vitamix.
Vitamix, they just been around forever. That's a solid blender.
But the I don't know what else they make at Ninja makes, but I love that frickin' thing.
Ninja makes, we're looking it up. Ninja's all basically kitchen appliances.
Do they make coffee makers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? Do they make like a Keurig?
We had a Ninja coffee maker.
Yeah, we did at one point, didn't we?
Actually, it's down in the bar.
But was it a
the basement
Keurig?
Bar. No, it was a Ninja. Oh, yes, it had pods, and then you could make pots.
Full
It was
pot.
both.
Very cool. I'm looking at it right now. They're not even expensive.
They got the IQ, the knockoff Roomba.
I'm not as impressed with the Ninja stuff. That's just me.
I love it.
Our vacuum did pretty good. Our original one lasted forever. Ninja Test Kitchen.
I made
Oh my God, this thing's crazy.
Hold on, my son's.
I don't even know what it is.
What's going on, brother?
Trouble.
Yeah.
It looks like someone grabbed a toaster oven.
Don't worry about it, man.
15
Just
seconds,
take your time.
guys.
Oh my
I'm
God.
Here and the
Air fryer.
Into the Memorial Day weekend, filling in for Dan with a bevy of guests, including Jeff Hunt of the Centennial Institute, El Paso County Commissioner Kerry Geithner, and Dougco Commissioner Laura Thomas. Friday at 4 here on 630 KHOW.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, let's talk to Todd about annuities. Hello, Todd. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. I have a question. I couldn't make it to the seminar last night.
Oh, okay.
My wife has a 401k with roughly about $1 million in it.
Yes.
Company match. Would it be beneficial to, because we were looking at the taxes, how much tax would we pay on rolling a 401k into the annuities?
Not a dime.
Not a dime?
Yeah, because here's why.
The tax events when you start
If
pulling
you're
it
going
out.
if you're going to do that, listen to me carefully though. This is important to you. Todd, what you would do is you take the 401k and transfer it to a 401 to a IRA. A 401k cannot be invested into an annuity, but IRAs can. So you do an IRA, and then the IRA money buys an annuity. Okay? So everything so the annuity is still inside the retirement. The only time you're taxed is when you start making income.
But I would not do your whole nest egg, that $1 million.
I was just going
to
finish what I was saying. You're right, Mark. Go ahead. We're talking about.
Well, you want to diversify. The nice part. Let's say you could let it fester for 10 years, and let's say you could do $500,000. So if you did $500,000, let it fester for 10 years, and then turned on that income stream, I think you would be looking about $15,000 to $16,000 a month.
Now listen, you can, or Mark,
he
can use the income right away with that much money. But here's the bottom line. The longer it festers, the more income. But there's something else that I wanted to say I thought Mark was going to cover, and that is the reason he says don't put the whole $1 million in there, although you can. But people last night were saying,
he's going to talk about liquidity.
People last night were saying, why do they do this, Tom? It sounds too good to be true. Because you are trading liquidity. You are giving them that money forever, not forever. You can always cash it out, but there are penalties if you cash out for the surrender period. Usually a surrender period is about 7 years. So you're giving up liquidity, that's first. Second, you can only take without penalty up to 10% of the account value per year. So you are giving up something. You are saying to this massive insurance company, go ahead and invest my money, and I'm going to participate up to 6 or 7%, and you make all the rest of the money. So if you put the $1 million in, and you need $1 million tomorrow, you would have a problem, or $500,000 tomorrow, you would have a problem. So if you're willing to give up liquidity totally because you have money elsewhere, well, do it. But you should put as much as you comfortably can into an annuity for income purposes, but only if you have money outside of an annuity for emergencies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we do. We have savings, and we actually have 2 Roth IRAs also.
Now,
so yeah, we would
that's
need
something,
money right away.
That's something I wanted to ask last night, but I just didn't want to get that complicated. I did not get the answer to this, and maybe a CPA listening understands. But if you have a Roth, that money was put in already taxed. The growth is not taxed. So when you pull money out of a Roth, when you hit retirement age, you have no tax burden whatsoever. So I wonder if you used a Roth to buy an annuity, do those same rules apply?
No, I'm going to tell you. I already found, Mark, I talked about that this morning with my guy. He was here getting some signatures. Here's what happens. If you put qualified money into a plan, qualified money, you pay tax on every paycheck you get. If you put after-tax money in there, I'm going to cover Roth, but if you put just ordinary savings in there, you're going to pay tax only on the gain. So when you take...
In those 2 scenarios, most people, if they had the cash in the bank, would be better off using cash in the bank.
Now, listen, that's right. Now, with a Roth, what happens, the day that you roll that Roth over,
that's your basis.
Every dime is tax-free. You roll it into an annuity, and then the gain is taxed. But
so that sucks. So really what happens is you lose that free growth.
No, well, yes, you lose the free future growth. But, Mark, remember, you are frozen at that basis, and you never pay tax on anything you gained to that date.
No, I get that, but you do give up that free growth, which is the reason the Roth is a great product if it's in your income stream.
Yeah, but what else would you do with a Roth? In other words,
well, if it was sitting in IRA and you were just, I don't know, in Microsoft or Walmart, just a steady Eddie, if you will, growing at a percentage, that the growth on that Roth you'd never get taxed on. Where in the annuity, you just said, when you do turn on that income stream, once you're through that initial amount that you purchased it with, you do get taxed on it.
No, and they don't do it that way, by the way. They don't draw down first the taxable money and then the tax.
So you pay right off the bat.
You pay proportional.
Yeah.
They have a formula.
It's still a great, no matter what, the thing I've learned about annuities just over the past 6 or 8 months, they're very cool in this fashion. You're locked in. It's a great supplement, if not your main thing, to Social Security. You know, for $100,000, if you have it right now, and you're 40 or 50, you wait 10, 15 years, you're going to get an additional anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 a month till the day you die, on top of whatever else you got.
Now, Todd, in addition to this, listen, you can get them with cost of living increases, so even though it ratchets up and you can never lose, it won't ever be zero either. It'll be a cost of living increase, and then you can get a death benefit, and you can get long-term care riders. I mean,
the long-term health care, to give you an idea, on a normal one where you can let it fester for 10 years, if you qualify, and generally that's like 3 things, like you need help eating, help going to the bathroom, help whatever. Once you qualify for that, your benefit on the one we're talking about, Tom and I, it literally doubles. So if you're getting $4,000 a month, you would start getting $8,000.
Yeah, it's worth looking into, Todd, and I want you to shop around, though, because there are different options, okay? There really are. They're not all the same, but I want you to explore more than one source, even if those sources are people we know and trust.
And
okay?
then we learned if you're married, there's ones for couples. But once again, you might be better off, depending on your ages and circumstance, buying one for the wife, one for the husband, or whatever it is.
All right, now listen,
for whomever.
Real quick now, just remember, you shop around, but the kind you want, the only kind you want, is fixed index annuity with not a lot of upfront cost, or you want to make sure of that. Okay.
Hey, Dragon.
You don't want it front loaded, and you want a fixed index annuity. We got to take a break again. Mark made me. Mark made me go too long. Go ahead, take a break. Mark made me go too long.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by LASIK Plus.
No major complaints out there on the Denver roads and freeways for the 1 o'clock hour. We are seeing busy traffic all around town as folks get ready for their Memorial Day weekends. I-25 northbound looking at speeds in the 30s and 40s from Broadway to Colfax. Southbound I-25 slow itself into downtown between 48th and Spear Boulevard. Just east of there, I-70 westbound slow driving continues due to road construction between York and Washington. We're seeing backups from Dahlia and Monaco. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Those clouds are rolling in with chance of scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. High of 78, nice and warm. Overnight low of 51. The current temperature in Denver is 71 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Do it. Take the first.
You're up next, Tom. 10 seconds.
LASIK Plus today. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering $1,000 off their Wavelight laser when treated in June. That's $500 off per eye with guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
You know, each one of my clients, I like to highlight what I call their hallmark, what makes them different. So let's do it right now. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. The lowest prices guaranteed on quality, name brand water heaters. That's it. The best price. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. And it's on any size. But if you want a 40-gallon, it's $12.99. 50-gallon, $13.99, and that is with everything removed, hauled away, the old stuff, and new supply line for water and gas. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844. What's the hallmark of the Art of Granite? Prices on the phone. Because they're proud of it. That tells you, hey, shop, but come to us, theartofgranite.com. They're located in Golden, but you don't have to leave. You can just call and get the stuff started, and you can go online, theartofgranite.com. They also have a Facebook page. They're wonderful people. Give you a price on the phone. They do any natural stone, any man-made material, and they will haul out and take away everything free and do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. That's 303-386-5919, 386-5919. And then we have Harris Family Law. What's their hallmark? Free information on various topics of family law before you even get involved. I mean almost any topic you can think of, but you'll go online right now and check it out. HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars. Even before your partner has an inkling, you want to know about this. You may decide not to get divorced. That might be nice. Maybe it's not best for you. But you'll explore these topics free of charge. They have a new one every Wednesday, but they have the archive ones there now. HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars.
They figure no matter what, for what they're going to pay you back on average, them doing what they know how to do with that money is going to make them a fuckload of
Oh, gosh.
Well, obviously, paying you out.
Alrighty, Tom, you'll have about 40 seconds coming back.
But it's kind of
cool. Wow.
You know what? You can thank Mark for that.
I do thank Mark for that.
I got nothing I'm going to do with this.
He's not even
this
listening.
lump of cash, but I really want to check every month forever and not have to worry
God
about
bless America.
So I kind of look at it as she'll max out on Social Security. I'll max out, and then you put in something. So what? I don't know what it'll be when we max, but I mean probably $4,000 a month. I don't know, whatever it is. So that's
okay. I can't take Karen. Let's get Karen on Monday.
Okay.
Tell her, or Tuesday, and tell her for short.
Okay.
I'm going to just plug our
Karen, I'm
guys.
very sorry. There was a
Beautiful.
little
Lose everything
miscommunication
else,
on who Tommy
you
was
can
supposed
still
to
live
take,
like
and
you-
now
you
we're
know,
down to
you're
our
somewhere.
last 30 seconds of our show.
So that's
Can we
kind of
take your number and call you
right
on
now is the
Tuesday to
best time
get you
to
some
buy
help?
it.
Hey, maybe we can get Deputy Dollar to start.
Because that right now they're ratcheting up. And the other cool part is, so let's say whatever one you buy goes up 6% this year.
Bye-bye.
Interest rates are high.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry
Once
to do that to
turn
you.
on, it doesn't go backwards. In other words, they lock in.
She all
lock
good.
in
She's
at
going to
that
try and
growth.
call on Tuesday.
But if next year interest rates are real low and the stock market's down and all this, and everything goes down that they're investing in, you're still at whatever level it got ratcheted at. So they're actually pretty cool. I like the idea for her having one. And then if I croak, I mean, she's just got income. She doesn't have to worry about shit. You know? Doesn't have to worry about living with the kids or whatever. Well,
You can just park it in Tom's
I'll
garage.
be in the RV.
Well, she can just park it in Tom's garage and live there rent free, right?
Yeah. Well, you can park it anywhere there's a plug. You're in pretty good
I was
shape.
referring to the guy that bought the RV and then stayed on his property.
Oh my God! Yeah, literally, literally. He was like, wasn't he a country western guy? No. Yeah, I remember that guy. He couldn't get him to fucking leave.
Yeah. And I guess a bunch of the RV centers around town knew him. They don't send that fucker here.
Yeah. How fucked up would that be?
True squatter. They were just showing...
In a $500,000 bus.
Mm-hmm. They were just showing the recent shark attacks up and everything else. Did you see that where the orcas? And I don't remember exactly where it is. There was taking out the boats. There was a young orca that got injured or killed, and it seems like this whole freaking orca community now, they're just attacking all the boats.
No shit.
Guys like, 60, 70-foot sailboat coming through.
They're dumping them, man.
Oh my God. And what happened to the one that they're pissed off about?
The boat that they're pissed off about?
No. Did an orca
die?
I
don't remember if it died or if it got injured.
But a boat hit it?
Yeah. And so now these things
So now they're like thinking it's a predator.
Yeah, so they're attacking freaking boats.
That's fucking funny.
It wouldn't
as long as you don't got a boat, it's pretty funny.
As long as you're watching from a helicopter.
Holy shit.
Yeah. These are an intelligent animal, and they're coming in with combined attacks on these things.
God. Oh, you want to attack us, do you? That's crazy.
We had a meeting this morning.
They are busy.
Alpha team.
But it's somehow they teach each other.
Yeah, Alpha team, forward assault.
All right, 15 seconds, guys.
What's amazing is
Burton Brown sent you into the Memorial Day weekend, filling in for Dan with a bevy of guests, including Jeff Hunt of the Centennial Institute, El Paso County Commissioner Kerry Geithner, and Dougco Commissioner Laura Thomas. Friday at 4 here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. We're running out of time. I want to tell you, SheridanAutotech.com when they're not here, 303-455-7242. And TransmissionsDenver.com is Kimmer Transmission, TransmissionsDenver.com, 303-693-1400. And Mark's home phone, if you have a problem over the weekend, is 303-MARTINO. Just kidding. 303-627-8466.
Hey, you're clear, buddy.
All right.
At Real Time.
Have a good weekend, buddy.
You too.
Connected with all of us.